Look at this guy in the on the feed at the moment. Look at him.
Oh, bless!
You know, look at him. Look. Is he in a wheelchair? Yeah.
He's in a scooter, yeah.
No, he's in a wheelchair. Oh, they pulled him out of the wheelchair so he can give his last respects. That's what it's all about. That is what it's all about.
No, Steve got a first-time chat from a viewer called Sedon.
Yes.
There you go.
Sedon. Hello, Sedon. How you doing? Hang on.
You're welcome, Sedon. Thank you for finding us.
Tracy, you're not watching the chat. Look.
What?
I've just redeemed the hydrate. And there we go. Look, my hat. I'm going to take my hat off to you now. There you go. Hats off to you now, best pal. See, hats off to you. There we go. I had to find my hat because it dropped on the floor. I've done that. Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, hang around, Sid, and see what we do. We actually spend 2 to 3 hours talking complete shit. Although we're British, obviously this is the week of the very big event in Britain because of the Queen dying and the Queen's funeral. Best pal up there's just asked a oh, you also a Brit, okay. Best pal up there's just asked a question. Yes, somebody did actually rush the coffin, and thanks to the power of the internet, I actually have a copy of the video that they cut out of the person rushing the coffin. Would you like to see it, best pal? I can do that. Tracy, talk to best pal for a minute while I pull up that video, and it'll probably jerk like crazy because of all the other things that are running, but we'll give it a go.
Sedon, thank you very much for finding us, and the fact that you're also a Brit means that we won't have to explain our humour to you, which is excellent.
Oh yeah, very, very, very excellent.
Best pal says, I had to sing the national anthem today. Oh, where was that? Were you at a football match? Ah, there we go. Made everyone sing the national anthem. God Save the King now. Klein, hi, and Mickey, we have humour. Thank you, Sept, for following us. Thank you very much. We only have humour when you're with us, Mickey. It's, as you can tell, guys, it's just me and Steve tonight at the moment, but you might be lucky. Mickey might grace us with his presence later. He's having a lurk in the chat box at the moment. Best pal says Mickey's the only funny one, so you've picked up another fan there, Mickey. We like Mickey's fans.
So I can't show it that way, I don't think. Let me think if there's another way to show it, alright?
The one that I saw was on TikTok, if that's any help.
Yeah, it wasn't on TikTok, Tracy, it was on Twitter. No, what I saw was a TikTok. Yes, it was a TikTok one, but it was on the link you gave me. It was one on Twitter. Again, I would have to sign into TikTok to show it in a browser, and I'm not prepared to because it won't let me send my password encrypted. It wants it clear, and that's not happening.
No, God no.
That's how people get hacked. But I have a cunning plan. If you'd like to bear with me for a little while. A couple of minutes, and I still might be able to do it. So just hold the show for a minute, Tracy, while I'm being a genius. Hold things together while I'm being a complete genius, because I know that I'm clever. So the rest of you just have to know that I'm clever.
Mickey has linked it in the chat. If you can use that.
No, he can't use that. Right. He can't distribute it on the air. I can do it, but I'm just doing it another way. So just bear with me.
Armageddon's engineer had some wild action during the funeral I saw in the press. Hello, Armageddon's engineer. Yes, this is what Steve is trying to find.
No, I found it. I'm just trying to find a way that I can broadcast it over Twitch, which I'm doing. So just give me a minute and I'll be there.
See my mouth move, did you then? That's exactly what I was trying to say. I was going to say, Steve is trying to find a way of getting this up on screen without giving his password away to all and sundry. Steve's working it out, don't worry. And then we've got Fred Herbert's plant says, old? I don't understand. When I was a kid, you two were old ladies. Now that I'm old, you're still old. Sopranos reference there. And TD says, I've seen these two stream Minecraft before. They're pretty good. Steve, did we do Minecraft before? Was that in a...
I've never done Minecraft.
I was going to say, I think I must have been taking your morphine that day or something. But thanks for being with us, TDC. Klein says, what did you guys have for dinner? I had, it was homemade Italian sausage and mushroom with, again, homemade, like a sauce and pasta. And yeah, so that was very nice with some Italian hard cheese chucked on the top. So, you're 22. Seddon says, I'm 22 in October and feel old already. Well, you get the best pal who said up there, but be right back, who you were just talking to about football. He's 22 as well. So you might have lots in common there. Klein says, why is Charles throwing in a party the night before funeral? I find it astoundingly disrespectful. It's procedure. He will be kind of like locked into this procedural thingy and it's not so much a party, it's like it's a dinner for close royals, and again it's all to do with the Queen would have meticulously mapped out exactly what was going to happen on every single day between her death and her funeral, and including her funeral. So this is not it's not a disrespectful thing that Charles is doing. He may well not want to even be doing it, but he has to host it because of procedure. So yeah. It was Grana Padano, and the Italian sausage. It's like got a hint of fennel in, so it's lovely. Oh, Seddon said I had an easy tea, corned beef and salad sandwiches. Yeah, we were having a good old corned beef conversation last night. So, because me and Steve had recently had corned beef hash, and Mickey, the other guy who's normally here, there's normally a guy sat here beside me, but Saturday is his gaming night. He likes having corned beef sandwiches. Armageddon's engineer says, now that you two have a monarch who wasn't a dignified war hero, national icon, do you think the press and people in general will tend to haze, or do you mean hate Charles even harder?
Does anybody hate Charles?
No, I think people just haven't warmed to him in the sense that he's not the Queen. The Queen
he's only been king for about 4 days. The Queen was queen for 70 years. Give the bloke a fucking chance.
Generally being rotten towards someone. I see. No, do you know what? The press and that won't haze Charles because all the while that Meghan is around, because our press just completely hates on Meghan. She was holding hands with Harry, and that was terrible. But they didn't focus on the fact that Princess Anne was holding her husband's hand, and Zara was holding her husband's hand. But no, Meghan did it, and it was terrible. So Klein said, I saw a video of him bashing his equerry because the fountain pen leaked on his finger. Yeah, no, I saw that video, and to be honest, I didn't see anything apart from a man who was sick of every single fountain pen that he ever picks up leaking on him. So I don't think he was having a go at his servants or his staff.
I'm really not sure what Fred Herbert's plant is talking about.
Oh, I said about Grana Padano, and they said, I don't know why, but I love chewing on Padano rinds, despite them tasting a bit between an old book and a mouldy basement. Grana Padano is a hard Italian cheese, and the rind is going to be very footy.
Right, I'm sorry, people. I will explain that I'm a bit preoccupied at the moment because I've managed to get hold of the footage of the incident that was removed from the live stream last night. However, I'm having a problem getting it into OBS and broadcasting on Twitch, because if I do it on Twitter or if I do it on TikTok, which I'm already signed into on my computer, But if I do it on OBS, it wants me to sign in again. And there's no way that I can do it on OBS without broadcasting my password in the clear. And I'm not prepared to do that. I know that this little clip only lasts 90 seconds. But in that 90 seconds, any scumbag watching can actually go onto my account, change my password and lock me out. So that is a serious security risk if I cannot do the encrypted password. So I'm going to do, I've got a screen capture program and I'm just trying to screen capture it. Unfortunately, while I was doing that, the screen capture program decided it was going to update to the latest version, which it did. So I ran it again and then it screen captured and I got the screen capture and then it said, oh, well, this is the unregistered version, we're going to watermark it. And I thought, no, it's not. I've got a lifetime fucking license. So I had to sign into the program again and run it again, which is where I am now, just about to do the screen capture yet again that I've done twice already. This is a fucking nightmare for just 90 seconds of entertainment. I think it's more entertaining watching me fuck this up than it is actually getting the clipping. Yeah.
Got double figures, and that's what they're here for. They're here for the fuck ups.
They're here for the fuck ups, yeah. Right, let's try. I'm going to screen record this for the third time now, and hopefully this is going to fucking work. So if everything slows down, I'm really sorry because I'm running a very CPU intensive program. I am sorry.
If this works, I hope you all bloody cheer.
Yeah. If this works, I'm going to ejaculate, I think.
And if he does ejaculate, cheer even harder.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Armageddon's engineer going rewind. Now, the newish monarch in Thailand certainly had a hard road from being a national embarrassment as prince to someone as king, who was supposed to be unsaleable by law. Even I have no idea about Thailand. I'm sorry, I can't talk about that. Although I do know that it's not quite the same. But Zelensky, he went from being a TV comic to being a hero right now. So that's my only.
Why is this getting all deep and heavy shit?
No, I'm just reading down the thingy. So we got.
We're talking about the Ukrainian war and deep and heavy shit here. You know what's occurring there?
No, Mickey said, new king, new way of working. You cannot compare him with previous monarchs. Let him at least have time to put his own stamp on things. I agree. Seddon says about corned beef, hopefully about corned beef and not King Charles. I work in Heron Foods and we have it at $2.29, better than Morrison's. Aha, it definitely. Good Lord. That's the cheapest I've seen it in a long time. Klein says, I use fountain pens too, but I'm more kind to them when they leak on me. Besides, I've got no equerries to bash their heads off. Long Tour says something I'm not going to read out, but you can read it. Something about things leaking. And then scrolly scroll. Now, if the Armageddon's engineer says, now, if the new king goes to a Sharpie with a calligraphy tip and abolishes all fountain pens for future documents, that would be great. That would solve the problem, wouldn't it? The problem is that, I don't know whether it's in any other country but ours, but when you're signing official legal documents, you have to use a certain type of ink, and it's usually a dipping ink pen. And I know this from getting married. You can't just use a biro. You have to use a specific pen and a specific ink and all this kind of malarkey. So it's probably something similar to that. But I agree, using a Sharpie with a nice nib would solve everything. But BSE says he's going to get the alcohol. Time to get the alcohol and have a laugh. Yep. Come on then. Some links have been posted, but it's not going to show because
no, it's very rude. Very rude. Very rude.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not something that I would actually have on the stream. I'm afraid. So sorry. Right, just compressing. So we're going to jerk a bit now.
Fred Herbert's plant, by my age, waking up every day is a surprise by itself. We all feel like that sometimes.
No, we don't, because I'd love to wake up with an erection like I used to.
Jimmy Beat says, are you guys twins? Yes! Can't you tell?
I'm just going to go to the toilet. I'll be back in a second.
She's got bigger boobs than me, though. Fred says, dip in pens in 2022. What? Yeah. It's like it's all to do with the pomp and pageantry and circumstance and things like that. So yeah, it'd be good if we actually went to official Sharpies. That would be really good. So, no problem, Seddon. Don't worry. Just don't do it again. Long Tour says, so we can get married maybe. What Steve? You and Steve? Well, when he comes back, I'll tell him that he's had a proposal. For a minute, and I'm.
Blah, 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 blah. My penis is in my pocket. Yes, that's very well done. Do you know what? This event, right? This event that we're watching now, okay? This is the single biggest event that's going to happen in my lifetime, because I won't live to see King William on the throne, I don't think. We should talk about that in a minute. This is the single biggest event in my lifetime. I am sitting right now, I am less than 7 miles from where it's happening, all right? And I can't go. And that is karma being a real bitch. I must have done something so evil in my life that karma has decided to hurt me back big time. The reason I can't go is because I've got cancer. And as the twist of fate and karma being a bitch would have it, this is the same week that I start my chemotherapy. My chemotherapy makes me so immunocompromised, I just cannot be out with those people. It breaks my heart. I would dearly love to go. I would love to go and see the Queen lying in state. I would love to do it, but I just can't. I would love to go into Central to see the funeral on Monday. I mean, it's going to be the biggest television event the world has ever seen. You will see nothing like this. Nothing like this anywhere in the world. We do pomp and circumstance better than any other country in the world, and it will be the biggest event in many of your lifetimes as well. And I'm, like I say, I'm less than 7 miles from this, and I can't go to see it, and I'm absolutely gutted about that. Anyway, I'm just going to check. I'm just going to leave you with Tracy again, and I'm going to check. That was the biggest event in TV history so far, Klein. This is the biggest event in television history. It will be by the time it's finished. You know, you could. Did you put your pedantic knicker? Did you get up this morning and thought, oh, I've got my special pedantic panties. I'm going to put them on. And every time somebody says something on air, I'm going to rub my very special pedantic panties and get an erection and tell people how excited I am they made a mistake. Right. Meanwhile, I'm going to leave you with Tracy, right? And I'm going to check this video that I've made to see if it actually works, so I can play it for you. Right. I'm off to do that.
Herbert's Plant says, well, I can't go either. My whole life I wanted to work hard and live in the UK, being born in a thingy hole called Hungary in Eastern Europe, and now it's impossible to do so. I'd literally give up anything, including any organs, just to be in the UK. Klein, all right, so, okay, yeah, I want to say, Klein, about, it was the biggest TV event in history up till now, and then now this funeral is going to be the event, as Steve was saying. And I was, while he was ranting, I was thinking, you know, what about King Charles's coronation? And I thought, no, because that, okay, more people will get to see it because people have TVs and internet and everything now. Even bigger than that would have been the fact that Queen Elizabeth got crowned. She was the first monarch to be crowned on TV, to be a televised coronation. So even though more people will see King Charles's coronation, Queen Elizabeth's will be, by the fact that it was the first, is a bigger event, if you see what I mean. So Klein says he wasn't being pedantic.
He fucking was.
He's very sorry.
He fucking was. That's the bit you didn't see on the live stream yesterday. The bit that as soon as that happened, the TV cameras cut off, so you couldn't actually see it on the live stream, and everybody wondered what went on. I will play it a couple more times as the evening goes on, Andrew. But before I play it again, I've got to mention that all those watching I've got to mention that to see everything that's going on, you need to be able to see this in horizontal wide screen, which is 16 by 9. And the only way to see it in 16 by 9 is to go to this URL here. You won't see it anywhere else on 16 by 9 than here. If you're looking at it anywhere else, you'll see it in 9 by 16, which is that format, so you're missing 2/3 of what actually going on. You can't see what we've got on the left here and what we've got on the right. What we've got on this side here is a live update of the queue as it's actually happening, and what we've got on this side is a live stream of the actual lying in state. But anybody watching on 916 vertical can't see that because you're missing those 2/3 of the picture. So to see the proper 2/3 of the picture, you need to go here.
Sorry, Ridiculous says that's Canadian in mid-40s. I do feel the loss of the Queen. It's the only monarch I've ever known.
Right. And
We used to have to...
stop all the pedants from absolutely creaming themselves with trying to correct me, Monday's funeral will be, I'm talking in the future tense, will be the largest television event in the world. Right.
I'm old enough that we used to have to sing God Bless the Queen after singing Oh Canada. And yes, when Digler, we feel, obviously we're in Britain, but we feel it hugely as well. You know, it's because of the fact that for most of us, the majority of us, she's the only monarch we have ever known. So we feel you there. So Armageddon's engineer says, I thought it was pretty lame that some amateur soccer league got chewed.
Sorry, I just had to make the link clickable. You need to go to that link if you want to see what everybody else can see. That is the link you need to go to. Those that can't see the link are wondering what I'm talking about. I can't say, but those that can see the link will actually completely understand what I'm talking about. Right? Okay.
Those that can't see the link don't need to see the link.
No, because they're there. They're here. They're here. Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty lame that some amateur soccer league got chewed out for trying to set up a friendly game during all the funeral business, which is like 2 weeks. Yeah, but it's the 10 days of national mourning, and that's what we're doing. So they need some kind of ornate cremation pyre that looks like an inverted rocket launch. Now that would be super epic and flashy. I don't think King Charles would want anything like that though, because of environmental issues. So good. We've had a thumbs up. So
yeah, we've had a thumbs up. Yeah, okay. So I'm sorry about that. It's just that the restrictions that vertical video give you. You're only seeing this much of the picture. Well, you've got a third of the picture that side and a third of the picture that side. You're just not seeing where all the action's going. I'm just going to run it again, and this time I'll give you a talk through of what we're seeing, in case those don't know what we're seeing. So I'm just going to run it through again. So just bear with me. This is the man running up to the. He's just run up to the Queen's coffin, and the police are on him all over him like a bad rash. They've pinned him to the floor now. Which is happening in the bottom right, which I think you can just about see on the 916. I love the way these two at the front are just so nonchalant about it and just walk on by and thinking like it's an everyday thing. And now you're seeing the police drag the guy off to the side. Apparently I've got to do it a couple of times, so I'm going to play it again now. So there we go. So once again, we're looking at the incident that happened at 10 o'clock last night, which we were showing the live stream at 10 o'clock, and all of a sudden it cut out, and that's why it cut out. Some man tried to rush the coffin. I'm not sure what he was doing. I'm not sure what he was up to. I mean, it's just... I
heard that he approached the coffin and lifted the flag.
Yeah, he did. You can just about see that in there. If you're watching this, you can slow it down. I will go back to that bit there. I'll go back to that bit there and I'll pause it at the exact point that we see something happening. Because you've got to remember the cameras there are a bit slow, and they had to pan over to where he was going. So
see the shocked faces of the people there first.
Yeah, you can't really see. That's where he's at. He's lifted at this point here. He's lifting the flag. What he's doing there, I don't know. I think there's a conspiracy. I think maybe it's one of these conspiracy theories that is there really a coffin under there because we don't know we don't know what's happening. And I agree, Andrew. It's the same. We couldn't see what the run up to it was because, like everything, these cameras aren't manned. These cameras inside Westminster Hall aren't manned. They're operated from a control room 5 miles away. So they've actually, by the time they've seen the incident and panned across to where it is, they've also got instructions to cut the feed. If anything like that's happening, they've got to cut the feed. So the first thing they have to do is they have to identify that something's happening, then cut the feed, and then put something else up. Well, obviously, somebody in the control room, the camera, they've only cut the broadcast feed, they've not cut the studio feed. So somebody in the studio's obviously recorded the feed. But it takes seconds to work out what's going on, to see what's going on. You know, it's like everything. It's like it's like a road accident. When you see a road accident, you don't see it. You actually hear the sound first, and then you look at it. You look at it, don't you?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things.
It will come out in the coming days what the intention was. He may well have been Extinction Rebellion, trying to glue himself to it or something.
Yeah.
So, Fred Hammer's plant says it's good for you guys to have the Queen. Nice places, a good economy, and all the money in the world, even for regular Joes like factory workers and whatnot, could live comfortably there. Yeah, to be honest, I think there's something that is putting out across the internet and everything that the UK is streets paved with gold, and it really isn't. We do have nice places, and there's a lot of money, but it's not distributed equally, unfortunately. So, when you think about living comfortably, it's not always as comfortable as you would actually think. Although again, poverty is relative, I guess. So.
You're wibbling, Tracy.
No, I stopped then. And ESC says, shame we couldn't see the lead up to it. Some people suspect there's no Queen inside the coffin. I can't imagine that she possibly might not be. You heard of Big Brother. There is always a delay on that on feeds like that, and on radio streams and things. That if somebody, let's say somebody phoned in and swore, they could cut it before it actually broadcast. So about a 5-second delay. That looked like that it was almost instantaneous. I think it would all have been cut. We would not have seen any of it. So, you're an idiot, Mark. And if anybody's wondering what I'm saying, Mad Mark has just said he's forgot his key again. But he didn't forget his key last time. He lost his key, or at least he thought he lost his key, and had to sit on the doorstep for 2 hours. He was bedding down for the night before somebody actually let him in. Oh, it's hilarious.
Right.
Were you like?
Just bear with me. I'm just going to take up what Klein said. The feed might be delayed. Not being pedantic, just making a guess. Yes, the feed could very well be delayed. When they switched to the outside broadcast, when they switched away from the feed, they switched to a picture of Big Ben, and Big Ben was actually showing the correct time. So I know that the feed to Big Ben was 100% live. I cannot confirm if the feed inside the hall is live or there's a delay on it, because I've got no point of reference. There's no clock in there. There's no point of reference at all. You can't see any. If I could see somebody's watch or any reference to the time, I would know, but there's actually no point of reference in there. And I suspect that you might be right, and I suspect that that's already been thought of, because one of the things you can't do is you can't take a mobile phone or any handheld recording device switched on into that hall. The reason for that is because if you can actually make a recording, not the cameras there, you can actually work out whether it's live or delayed. If you know there's a delay in it, if you're a terrorist, you can use that delay to your advantage. So that's what they don't want to know. They don't want people to know how long the delay is. I can guess from when the film clip, when the TikTok clip that I've just shown you started, was at the point that the camera cut away. What I don't know is how long the incident had been going on prior to that. I would say less than a minute. I would say I suspect there's less than a minute delay on the feed, but I don't know, but for definite, because I've got no time reference in it, no point of reference in there at all. I would need to have a point of reference. For instance, if we were outside and they were broadcasting outside, and when the rod taps twice to change the guard, if I could hear that, and I could see a time reference outside, and then watching it on the TV, I could tell you when there was a delay. But at the moment, I've got no point of reference to tell you there was a delay unless somebody wears a fucking big alarm clock on their head. And I don't think they're allowed to. Fuck you, fucking dickhead. I'm sorry, there's nothing else I can call you but a fucking dickhead. This man gets drunk and leaves his key out. What's worse is he lives with his parents, right? Okay, and his parents go to bed early, so he has to either knock them up to get in or spend the night on the doorstep. What you need to do is what I had when I was a little lad. You need your key on a chain or a bit of string round your neck. That way you can't lose it. And a bit of string round your neck, all right? Never mind about all these silly fashions about wearing the ring of your ex around your neck. I haven't got any. Well, I've got loads of exes, but I don't wear them around my neck. Right? Wear a fucking chain. No, I don't. I don't wear them around my neck. No, the only thing with my exes I'd like to see around the neck is their noose. Get yourself a chain, right? Wear a key on the chain, all right? That's the simplest thing. Super glue it to your forehead. Do anything like that, all right? Just don't, I've never lost a key in my life. Never ever lost a key in my life. I've never lost a key, and I've only ever lost one wallet, and that was my own fault. So I've never lost a key in my life. Right, let's see what's going on. So go on, Tracy. I'm just gonna catch up with the other place.
Mad Mark, I want to know, were you live streaming when you realised you'd lost the key though this time? Because last time it was like 3 hours of you going, I've lost my key. But were you live streaming at the time? All right, Klein says there's apparently a Thai royal tradition where the coffin.
Well, we're not in Thailand.
No. Talking about is the Queen's coffin actually empty? Where the coffin of the royal deceased person is smuggled to the funeral pyre the night before the official funeral procession with an empty coffin. Oh, I see. Oh, and Mad Mark wasn't lost, forgot it at home. Yeah, but you thought you'd lost it. So.
Wrap it to your dick then. That's something you're always checking out every 5 minutes.
I have. We've had
a good feel, right, Mark? We've had a good feel down there, right? When you bring your hand up for a sniff, as you do, right? Taking a good sniff. If you don't smell key, you've lost it. Okay? Which means that you're never going to go more than 3 minutes without knowing if you've got your key or not. Slash marker, Tracy. What do you mean, what's the obsession with dicks on mail? Stupid question. Stupid question. On mail, I'm obsessed with my dick. But we all are. We can't have Joe. When my kids were young, right? When my kids were first born, and I'm talking in a matter of hours from being born, right? And you had to change their nappy. As soon as you got the nappy off with the boys, guess where their hands went? Yeah, guess instantly. We can't help it. It's DNA. It's in our genetics. We're male. Okay.
It's when the breeze hits it.
Huh?
It's when the cold breeze hits it.
What are you talking about? You haven't got a dick.
When the cold air, you take the nappy off, and the cold air hits it, the baby suddenly goes, "Oh, that's cold." Puts their hand down and realises there's a dangly thing there.
No, my kids had their hands down there. The instant the nappy was off, no matter what the temperature was. Where are we? Right. A bracelet that's in the shape of a Casio wristwatch, but fully metal, and absolutely no time whatsoever. Trends are strange. They are strange. If I was in there, I could probably do it, because my watch, when I lift it up to the light like that, it puts. I've got a smartwatch, so you can see it's black. If I lift it up, it activates. So I could maybe go in there and activate it. So that would be. Fred Herbert's plant is not a male. Okay, then I do apologise, Fred Herbert's plant. You cannot understand what being a male is like. The nearest thing I can come to is whatever country you're in when it gets really hot and you get that sweatband under your tits. Right? You know that trend, it just gets sticky, right? You know how you've got to do something with it. This is how we feel about our dicks. Except we do it all the time. I mean, there was also, over the years, there's been some very successful campaigns on TV, because one of the biggest cancer killers in this country is testicular cancer. There's been a lot of successful campaigns on this TV telling men to check for testicular cancer, which of course we're not actually fiddling like you women think we are. We're actually checking for testicular cancer, and we like to make sure we're doing it every 5 seconds. It's just to make sure, isn't it? You know. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So there we go. Right. Yeah, just watching the people bow, I've noticed, Andrew, that a lot of people are bowing there. A lot of people are being very respectful. A lot of these fuckers aren't wearing masks, which is damned annoying because that's the other reason why I can't go, even if I wasn't going through chemotherapy. Right now I'm going to shock everybody in a minute. If you don't like medical procedures, don't look. If I wasn't going through chemotherapy right now, I still couldn't go because I'm immunocompromised, because I'd be in an enclosed space with people without masks breathing all over me. They're selfish bastards. They don't care about anybody but themselves. They really don't care about the disabled or the immunocompromised. They really don't. Right. What's Fred Herbert's plant saying?
That's the thing we've spoken about before, and it you know, it becomes sort of, or during it became every man for himself. You know, like, oh, sod you, I'll do what I want because I feel like I don't want to, or I do want to, or whatever, wear a mask, and now the pandemic's over apparently, so we don't all have to wear masks and we don't have to take days off work if we're ill. So sarcastic tone.
Sarcasm. Did you mark that clip earlier, or are you going to go? Or are you going to be a dickhead? Basically, and go through it. Huh?
I put a marker.
Okay. Have you worked out how to use markers yet?
Oh yeah, no. You know, you said about going to highlight and stuff like that, and I worked out that there's a special bit at the bottom that says markers. Yeah. What I was doing was I was clicking on the thing that said marker on the index page, and it was just taking me to the general stream. Now you've got it. So all you do is you put the playhead. You can see we put the markers in. Each gives you a line. You just put the playhead at each marker. Yeah. I played about with it for a little bit, so I have worked it out. So I didn't do any clipping up today though, but I have clipped up right up to Wednesdays. Right, I'll just go through for the people that weren't here earlier. Yeah. This is right now the biggest event in the UK. It's the laying in state of the Queen, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, who died. All right. On Monday, this will be the world's biggest television event. I'm talking in future tense, not past tense. I mean, we've had big television events in the past. This will surpass them by a long, long way. I mean, they're talking about over 4 billion television blurs. There's only 7 billion people on the planet, just under 7 billion people on the planet. So over half the planet will be watching the Queen's funeral on Monday, which is phenomenal. It will be the world's largest television event. Again, for those with the pedantic knickers on, this is me talking in the future tense. But karma is a bitch, and somehow I feel that I look back on my life and I don't think I've done anything wrong. I do have 2 ex-wives who completely agree with you, that think I'm the devil incarnate. And maybe this is my punishment for that, although for the life of me I can't think why I'm being punished when they already did it. And this is my punishment for it. I live less than 7 miles from where this is happening right now. Less than 7 miles. And I can't go to it. I would love anything in the world to be able to walk past the Queen and pay my respects to her. I really would. I would love to be able to go into Central on Monday and line the procession route as the Queen's coffin is pulled past on the gun carriage. I really would. But I can't. I can't because I've got a blood cancer. I've got a blood cancer called follicular lymphoma. And the fates have decided that this week I started chemotherapy. And under the best of times, I'm immunocompromised because it's an immunosuppressant cancer. It affects your defence system. But with chemotherapy, I'm exceptionally immunocompromised. And I can't go. I can't risk it. It would be almost like instant death for me to go out amongst those people. And I'm on chemotherapy, and it's such an annoying thing.
sitting here, you look at me sitting here, I don't look like I've got cancer. It's one of those invisible illnesses, isn't it? You don't look like I've got cancer, but I have, and I am on chemotherapy. And to show I am, look, if you don't like medical procedures, turn away now, all right? This is my chemotherapy port, which was fitted 2 days ago. There you go. That's how they actually infuse the drugs into me. I've got a port which is just down there. I'm sorry it's a bit covered in blood. I can't put a protective wrapping on there and I can't take it off to clean it. So you just have to suffer with that. I'm sorry. And there's my chemotherapy port which goes into my arm just there, along the vein. I know what it's called. I forget. Directly to my heart. It's just about that far away, just about 5 millimeters above the top valve of my heart. There's two, you can see them there. There's one there, and there's one there. There's 2 lines that go in, which they feed the drugs in, and they've got to do it this way because the drugs are actually very damaging to the skin and the artery. So they actually feed it in, so that it's coming in directly into your heart. So your heart can quickly distribute them around the body before they get a chance to do any damage to your veins. So that's my chemotherapy port. Let's just put that protective cover back on. You can have a port on your chest directly above your heart. There is a reason why they don't give that to you straight away, and I can't remember how, but that's how I have my chemotherapy done, and that's why I cannot go. And I would dearly love to. I would love to do that more than anything else. And I would be prepared to wait 24 hours because I'm in a wheelchair, so I'm quite comfortable in a wheelchair. And luckily enough, I've got all the gadgets. I've got my mobile phone, which I charge from the wheelchair, so running a mobile phone for 24 hours isn't a problem. I've got heated socks, which I can run from the wheelchair battery, and I've got a heated vest, which I can run from the wheelchair battery. So I'm quite comfortable, and I'm sitting down, so I could sit out there for 24 hours. The only thing. Also, I've got a leg bag that I piss into, so it's not a problem for me because I can empty my leg bag in ordinary toilets, so I can actually go. It's really annoying actually for when people go out for me because I can go out to a pub and I won't piss for hours because the leg bag's doing it all, and then when I do have to piss, I don't need to find a toilet. I just need to find a drain, and there's plenty of drains in the curb. And just enter at the curb, and I did. It's funny, at first I did have a debate with myself. I thought, when I'm emptying my leg bag into a drain, am I actually pissing in public? That's my question tonight. No. Am I actually pissing in public when I empty my leg bag into the drain?
That's a good question. And personally, I would say no, because you're not exposing yourself. That is the thing. It's the exposing of your person that makes it that you're urinating in public. So that would be my take on it, but I don't know what other people would think. But honestly, it's a medical necessity to have to do stuff like that. I was in my local Wetherspoons a couple of weeks ago.
Well, pissing in public is it's compulsory in a Wetherspoons, isn't it?
Yeah. But this guy, he was an old guy, and he had a leg bag, and he was sat there at the table, and when he needed to empty the leg bag, he didn't get up and go to the toilet. He wasn't in a wheelchair when he came in or anything like that. What he did was he got a urine bottle, a plastic urine bottle, and emptied his leg bag into that. And I found that quite. He wasn't totally on display or anything, but I saw it and I found it a bit distasteful that it was in the middle of a place where they serve food and stuff like this. He may as well have just sat there and got his knob out and peed on the floor for all the hygiene and that. So, but yeah, go on. You had some questions that you wanted to.
No, I'm going to address. I'm going to address what Fred Herbert's plant has just said. From what I understand, Fred Herbert's plant, you're in Germany. Is that correct? If it's not, please correct me now.
Had said Hungary.
Oh, Hungary, right? Okay, Germany, Hungary, all the same place. They're basically in the EU, the European Union, and they've said, I'll be honest, I haven't watched it or will either. Sorry if my head's turning away. I'm watching it on a monitor that's. I'll show you in a minute. What I'll show you. I'll show you now. Look, this is my setup. I'm just getting my. This is a Logitech 922 Pro Stream. For anybody that knows it, I'll just turn it on. Bear with me. Logitech 922 Pro Stream. Not the camera that I'm using. I'll show you the camera that I'm using in a minute. Again, another fucking program that I'm getting annoyed with. Please input a camera device. See? A fucking thing. It knows what camera device I've got. It's a fucking Logitech 922. And I have to keep setting this up. It's not even got my Logitech online. Look. Out of all the fucking things it's got on here, it hasn't got my Logitech. Oh, for God's sake. Another fucking program that... Oh, you need to upgrade. I've already upgraded. I've just paid a month for a license. Shit. Absolute shit. Don't even see my camera. Right. I can't show you because the program I wanted to show you doesn't even see the fucking camera.
Yeah.
Oh. Who is it? There's somebody that comes along, right, that wants to watch this program just for the technical fuck-ups. There's loads of technical fuck-ups.
I'll tell you, every time we get technical fuck-ups, we get into double figures.
My Logitech is on. I can see it's on because the light on it is on, but what it won't happen is my other capture card doesn't see it. Fucking thing, right. Anyway, the reason I'm looking up there is because that's where my monitor that you were on, I've got a 3-monitor system here. This monitor in front of me is directly controlling the broadcast. This monitor over to my right is for watching the internet and news and everything else. And this monitor up the top is my output monitor, which is actually watching the broadcasts to see that everything's going all right, which is why I know when I'm jerky. And I've got to look up there because your chat is only on that monitor up there. It's not on my big monitor. I've only got Twitch chat on my big monitor. Your chat is on my other big monitor, but it's up there, so I've got to look up there to see it. So I am looking directly at you, but it doesn't look like I'm looking directly at you. So yes, you're in Hungary or Germany, wherever you are, you're in the EU, and you're a bit annoyed that the UK leaving the EU has taken away your right to work here and things like that. And that's why you're not going to watch the Queen, because you hate the Brits for doing this. You're hating the wrong people. You're hating the wrong people, right? What you've got to ask yourself is, why did Britain want to leave the EU? And Britain wanted the EU leave the EU for the simple reason is that the EU is heading towards the United States of Europe, and we didn't want to be part of it. All right. You won't see it. You haven't seen it because you don't understand, but. You will become the United States of Europe, and when you do, you will deeply regret it. You've already, I think Hungary is another one of those countries you've already given away part of yourselves. I know France has, I know Spain has, all the countries that have adopted the euro have already given away the biggest single identity they've got. France without the franc isn't France. Spain without peseta isn't Spain. Do you know, when I drive to Spain or France now, right? The only difference in the two countries is the language, and I speak both French and Spanish anyway, so it's not a problem. It's you know, you've given away your national identity, and we're not prepared to do that. We are not prepared to become part of a bigger nation, and that's what you're going to do. You will lose your country state. I guarantee you that it will become the United States of Europe, and Hungary as a country or Germany as a country will cease to exist as a national identity. That's what's coming. We didn't want to be a part of it. We left. So don't be angry at me. Don't be angry at the United Kingdom for what we did. Be angry at the conditions that caused this to happen. I'm not blaming the EU. What do you mean UK is falling apart and I'm blaming the EU? I didn't blame the EU for the UK falling apart. I blamed the EU for I blame the EU for the UK leaving. It's got nothing to do with UK falling apart. What it's got to do with the UK falling apart is after dickheads that live here.
I was gonna say that we totally know that the UK is falling apart because of the UK.
Yeah.
The people who lead us, and I'm not talking about the Queen. I'm talking about the political leaders. You know, I'll pick one subject that's been happening recently: the sewage that's being piped into our waterways and our seas. That's you know, solely because the government is quite happy to vote to allow this, or to not vote to disallow it. Do you see what I mean? So it's being done because people didn't vote against it. The Parliament didn't vote against it. So we've got shit floating in our waterways, for example, and that's not our choice. It's the politicians. So Yeah, the UK is falling apart because of the political agendas that we can't do anything about. We've got to wait for a general election to vote them back in or vote them back out and stuff. We can write to our MPs as much as we like, but it's not going to change much at all. They've got their own agenda, so.
Don't blame us, right? Don't blame us. Look at your own countries, right? In the EU, you have all started to give parts of yourselves away. It started with the currency, and it's happening more and more. You all think it's a good thing. You trust us. We've been at it a long time. We've got 2,000 years of history. We've got 2,000 years of seeing the future. We know what's coming. All right, you won't see it, and when you do, it will be too late. It will be much too late, and you will regret it.
Hinting episode didn't want to go down with the ship of the EU, like quoted you there.
Yeah.
Well, there's other things that you sort of filter through to us that we would disagree with that what the EU is doing, and kind of like going, well, hang on a minute, we would have been forced into that as well. I can't think of anything at the moment. It's Saturday night, and we've got a queen about to have a funeral, so my brain is blown on the political issues. But I don't support Scottish independence.
I support Scottish independence. Of course, I support Scottish independence. Why shouldn't I support Scottish independence? What have the two got to do with each? What has leaving the EU and Scottish independence got to do with each other? I'm confused there. I'm really confused.
I agree with the Irish reunification, but again, that's politically.
To be honest, if the Scots want independence, all Nicola Sturgeon has to do is give the rest of the United Kingdom the vote. Because I absolutely guarantee the Scots will get an overwhelming majority. Fuck off.
Irish reunification. I would just like Ireland to be unified. I don't like politically one part of it being over here and one part of it being over there. Obviously, that would make it difficult in the sense that Southern Ireland probably wouldn't want to be part of the UK and have the pound, and Northern Ireland, I'm not sure, wants to be part of Southern Ireland.
I don't live in Ireland. I don't care. I live in England. I don't care. I don't live in Scotland. I don't care. I don't live in Wales. I don't care. I live in England. We have our own national identity. We have our own currency. I'm quite happy with that. If others want to leave, bye. No.
Yeah, but personally, I wouldn't want to see. I wouldn't want to see Scotland being an independent, totally separate country. If they want to be a separate country, it's still nice if they ended up being part of. No, see, that's not going to work either. When I start thinking about independence of different countries of the British Isles, it starts becoming a bit messy. It's like we're going back in 1,000 or so years and breaking the British Isles back up. And I don't think that would be a good thing. Financially, certainly not. So, but yeah, I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to learn more. So.
Well, look at the last big country. Look at the last big country that got independence from us. All right, they make crap television programs and they kill themselves at the rate of 2,000 a day. That never happened before they left us.
Are you talking about America?
Of course I am.
Best Pal says if Scotland wants to go independent, they can have no access to our NHS and money.
I'm not going to say they can't have access. I'm going to say if they want independence, have independence. Irish want independence, have independence. I don't care. If they want independence, go. See how you do without us. See if you can manage your way in the world. Go. Look at Zimbabwe. What used to be called Rhodesia.
Scotland do have their own NHS. I'm sure they have their. Huh? What did you say? Sorry, Steve, I missed what you said.
I said, look at Rhodesia.
Oh. Yeah, no, I was saying, but don't Scotland have their own NHS? Or they definitely have their own funding and things for it, because that's how they have free prescriptions and stuff like that.
First of all, right, I'm told that I'm being ignorant because I support, and then I'm being told that I'm being hypocritical because I support independence. I don't understand the connection between the two, either on one or the other. right? I absolutely support any country's independence. If any country wants independence from any other country, I absolutely support that. That's not ignorant, all right? Ignorant is when you just think about yourself, right? Is when you don't see the bigger picture. Is when you just live in this little bubble of me, me, me. Oh my God, we've left the EU. We haven't got free travel to Spain anymore. That's somebody living in a big little bubble of me, me, me. They don't actually understand the bigger picture. They'll see, they'll understand, right? We were the EU's second biggest economy. Without us, you're already struggling. All right? Think about that for a minute. You're already struggling without us. We were the EU's second biggest economy. And if Germany is the biggest economy, and they are really struggling at the moment, I wonder how long that's going to be before it really affects you. I can name so many countries that were better off for being part of us that before they were independent, but I'm like my own children, right? My own children, when they left home, my own children, all right? Okay, well, if you think it's if you think you've got such a luxury life here, you go and leave home and find out what it's really like. I remember my youngest daughter, 3 months after leaving home, she phoned me up and she said, Dad, how come you never had the massive electricity bills that we have? She said, I can't afford to pay my electricity bill. And I actually said, I did have those massive electricity bills. And she said, when? I said, when you were living here and leaving all the lights on and coming in the morning, turning the television on, walking out the room and leaving it on all day. Oh, Dad, but you're always moaning about that. And I said, I know, but I paid the electricity bills, which is why you didn't have to. Now you're living on your own, you've got to pay your own electricity bill. Shit. Oh, there we go.
Well, I just want to say, Intogether says the last country to leave British control was in 1776. Are you really suggesting that? No, he said the last country to gain independence from Britain. Leaving British control is a different thing. You're talking about like the British Empire and stuff, you know. And
they're just playing with words, Craig. They're trying to start arguments by playing with words. I never said anything of that. I don't know what they're listening to. They're obviously listening to something else, because I never said anything of that, anything like that.
I just want to clarify. As much as I would like to keep Scotland within our keep, any country that wants to break away from the British Empire strongholds or whatever, I'm quite happy to say go on then, because I don't really agree with hanging on to British Empire things now. I mean, we don't need stuff like Commonwealth and things now, do we?
Fred Herbert, if you want to turn the leaving EU into immigration, you go ahead and do it, because I haven't mentioned immigration and immigrants and any of the things that you've mentioned in any way. It was never about immigration for me. It will never be about immigration. But hey, if you want to turn it into your personal thing about immigration and stinking peasants, and you want to stand up and show the world what a xenophobic racist you are, the floor is yours. Go for it. Jesus Christ.
I've never heard or read anybody saying that immigrants stink.
Nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with it. What is wrong with these people?
And I can tell you now that we have a lot of dumb peasants of our own.
Yeah, we don't need other countries. People, we've got our own. Believe me, we've got our own. You want to see a dumb peasant? You want to see a dumb peasant? Here you go. Here's a dumb peasant. There you go. There you go. I mean, if he turns out not to be British, I'm going to look at twat, but there you go. We've got our own dumb peasants. So sorry, Fred Herbert. Please, if you want to turn this stream into a stream full of xenophobic racism, it's all yours to turn it into. I will not engage with you. I will not talk to you about it. End of story. Okay. But you carry on and make yourself look an idiot. I'm just not doing that, because I have not at any point said. Anything about racism or anything like that. Andrew, I've no idea what nationality he looks like. I don't know what a British person looks like, let alone any other nationality. I couldn't identify somebody who was British just by looking at them.
Andrew, I said he's probably an Extinction Rebellion person, so that will make him extremely British.
Yeah.
It'll be a second generation yuppie,
Yeah.
third generation.
And
yuppie.
to answer in Together's question with a bigger question is, our economy is struggling just like every other world economy is struggling coming out of the COVID pandemic. However, we are still the world's 7th largest economy, and I'm quite happy with that. So we are doing better than we should be doing. We're still the world's 7th largest economy. But yeah, we're struggling. But then every other economy, name one economy that isn't struggling in the world at the moment. We are all struggling, and that's purely down to the COVID pandemic. We're paying the price of that. But we're absolutely fine. You really need to look at British history to understand that we do stand on our own 2 feet, and we stood on our own 2 feet since 1066. And we do quite well. We keep calm and we carry on, and we'll still be here. We'll still be here when a lot of other nations have completely disappeared. Completely disappeared. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen many other stories at all today. It's just been a lot of the Queen laying in state. But having said that, I was very pleased to see that Harry was allowed to wear his uniform.
I was pleased to see that as well. I'm not one of these people. I'm not into a downer on Harry and Meghan the way that the media seem to be. It has been pointed out to me, and it was my partner. She said, because I've been calling them Ginge and Whinge, which is what the media called them. But it's been pointed out to me that Meghan hasn't put a foot wrong since she's been here, but the media is trying to make it out that she has.
Yeah, she held hands with Harry.
Yeah.
That's so terrible. Yet media didn't pick up the fact that Anne held hands with her husband and Zara held hands with her husband. And Zara and Anne are serving royals while Harry and Meghan aren't.
Huh?
So, and also a big thing today that I saw was that King Charles has uninvited Harry and Meghan to a state banquet. No, he didn't uninvite them. They weren't invited in the first place because they are not serving royals. The state banquet that he was having today, I think it was only for serving royals. So the media has managed to get an angle on this that Harry and Meghan have been uninvited when they weren't invited in the first place because it's not protocol.
Yeah.
So.
Don't ask me to explain that because I'm a Londoner. I live 7 miles away from here. I was born and bred British, and even I don't understand half the protocols that we have in this country. It just does my head in. But that's the beauty of it.
But the thing is that the state banquet that King Charles is holding for the royals is only for serving royals. So Harry and Meghan would not have been invited in the first place. They weren't invited and then uninvited like the media said. And I can totally understand that if it's just for serving royals, Harry and Meghan aren't invited. Full stop. He's probably had a private dinner with them at some other time. Or it'll happen after the funeral or whatever.
Well, given the history of the royals, they're probably having a foursome.
Yeah.
Yes, I really did say that. Mark it. Well, come on, they don't just stop marrying animals, for Christ's sake. Was it King?
What, meddling with animals?
Yeah, one of our kings had an affair, had a relationship with animals. King George. The madness of King George.
Oh, right, okay, I'll let you off then. I was going to... What are you fiddling with?
My cock. Stupid question is that?
What?
You totally overmodulated then, what?
Why is it over there?
It's a big cock.
Right, okay. I like it when I overmodulate. People comment on my overmodulate.
Right. Yeah, obviously, you don't know what it means.
I do know what it means.
I'm on Facebook at the moment. I'm chatting to somebody on Facebook about Twitch. You must know.
I do know what it means. It meant that I got so loud that the audio went bonkers, basically. Best Pal says, what the fuck? Okay, I still think gingers are aliens. Yeah, Steve started that rumour, didn't he?
They are. They are. They are. They're all aliens. Harry's the leader. Harry's the leader. Harry's the leader.
Oh, yeah.
Bovine Spongiform says, I think DNA might prove Harry is Charles' son. I think you might be right. I think you will prove that. I think you will prove that. I can do better than that. I can show them what they're missing. I'll do that in a minute. You won't see it. But if you see it on Reddit, you'll see what they're missing. If anyone's interested, I'll give you. No, never mind.
No. That's not. They don't need. They don't
right,
need
yes.
advertising.
I think DNA would prove Harry's son. I mean, I know he's got ginger hair like Major Hewitt, and I know there's been a lot of things about Major Hewitt. But if you look at the timeline, you'll find out that Diana didn't even get together with Major Hewitt till after Harry was born, which makes him his son a bit fucking impossible, right? Mickey, right, hang on. I'll come back to what I was saying about the DNA in a minute. The funny one, Saturday night is Mickey's cross-dressing night, right? He lives in a country town called Lowestoft, and he actually goes out cross-dressing on a Saturday night. That's what he does too. That's what he does up there. And he goes out cross-dressing, and he's actually known as Michaela tonight. And we give him Saturday night off for that reason, because we're very forward-thinking here. We don't discriminate, do we, Tracy?
No, we don't. And if he wants to come on stream after he's finished, we have to wait till all his makeup's been taken off.
And he's put his false beard back on. It's actually a false beard that he wears. So, but yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why he's not on it. He's cross-dressing night, but it's coming up for 11 o'clock. So the pub's shut at 11:30. So it'll be on sometime after 11:30, I would imagine. If he didn't pull.
We really must do that cross-dressing.
Yeah, we tried to get him to cross-dress on stream, but he's not having it. No.
Oh, I'm sure he will if we have a theme night.
Yeah.
We'll do a theme night, a drag night, and he'll get his garb on, false nails and everything.
Yep. False breasts. Although if I do it, I don't need any. I've got plenty of boobs there.
I'm completely flat-chested. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Anyway, yeah, coming back around to comment about DNA. But I don't want the Queen and Harry to provide DNA. Why should they? I think that's approaching. I think that's an assault. I think I would class that as assault. Somebody in Australia claims to be Charles and Camilla's love child, so Charles should have a DNA test. Isn't that assault?
Mm-hmm. It would be assault if they took a sample.
I'm going to turn you down.
Him.
You're too fucking loud, woman. Go on.
You haven't got your balance right tonight. It would only be assault if they if somebody forcibly took a sample off him. If he did it willingly, that's not assault. Have you got me turned down now?
Yes.
Good. Because I have no volume control. It's literally on or off. Oh, he's typing a letter to the Queen as we speak.
I am.
Easy down now. It's all right. You can lay at rest in peace. I'm going to ask him about his cross-dressing. Best pal says.
So yeah, I think asking Harry to prove that he's somebody's son, and then asking Charles to prove that he's not somebody's father. Once it starts, when does it stop?
No, exactly.
That's the problem. Oh, well, you did it for him. You proved your DNA for him. Now prove some DNA. Oh, yeah. Dicks, you're not. Oh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, BSC. There've been complete dicks on Reddit tonight. They shut up now. Hopefully they've gone away. Because I really don't give a shit anymore. If they want to be dicks, they can be dicks by themselves. I can't believe somebody tried to turn it into a xenophobic, racist chat. Unbelievable.
Some people hear what they want to hear.
Yeah, they only want to hear what they want to hear. They only want to see 1/3 of the picture.
Yeah. Although we have had a good interaction from there before, I do wonder if it's worth fucking about with, to be honest, because without that going on, we can concentrate on subjects and rattle away here, and if we get numbers, we get numbers. If we don't, we carry on rattling.
Yeah,
So.
we can talk about our decent people here that ask the deep and meaningful questions, like,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Mickey about his cross-dressing.
Yeah, exactly. And somebody earlier said about having a penis in their pocket. I mean, this is what we need to know.
Exactly. Yep, I've broken it. No, I've broken it.
Steve, he's broken something else.
Yeah, I've broken it. Hang on.
This is what we're here for.
Oh, hang on. Oh.
Oh, when Diggler, I really hope that I'm not too loud. If you're just listening to us in your wireless headphones, I hope I'm not too loud. You have to turn it down every time I start speaking.
Yeah, you either turn your microphone.
Basically,
if you go into Skype, if you go into your audio video setting, right, you go into Skype.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me call it up. Right, go into Skype. Go into your audio video settings.
Oh, hang on, I've just clicked the wrong thing. Audio settings, audio video.
Yep. You'll see your microphone there with a little slider and some dots. When those dots go all the way across to the edge, you're over-modulating. You should ideally keep those dots.
Right, how do I do that? Because
there's a slider underneath.
Just says automatically adjust microphone setting. Oh, no, and I've got, no, that's it, and speakers.
Hang on.
No, not hang on, I've got it now.
Oh, good, right, you've got it, yeah? You don't want those top two, you don't want those N2 dots lit up. You just want to light up 8 out of the 10 dots.
Well, you talking takes it all the way to the end. How's that?
Not what I'm talking. You're not trying to alter what I'm talking.
No, when you're talking, it goes all the way to the end anyway. When I talk, it does exactly the same thing. I've taken it down to 5. How is that?
That's better. You're not over-modulating. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Now I know where to go on Skype for that.
Yeah, you might have to turn it. It's still clipping a bit, so you might have to turn it down a bit more.
So it's on 4 now.
Right, a bit more.
It's on 3
That's
now.
better. You're not clipping at all. That's better.
Oh my god. Okay, Andrew, is that too quiet or loud enough or what have you? And is it modulating?
Clipping. It's clipping first.
Clipping.
You're not over-modulating, you're not clipping. And I've also turned the gain up here so that you've got the same level that I have. So Andrew should be hearing you at the same level as me.
You know how much he wishes that there was that he had a sound control. Because I often hear, geez, you scream too loud then. So, all right, so we're done. Okay, I'll keep it on 3. You
can probably turn it up to 4 and it'll be all right.
I'll do it in the middle.
Yeah, 5 should be all right. I'll let you know.
I meant 3.5.
I'll let you know if you over-modulate again.
I will if I shout loud. I will if I ejaculate.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorted. All right, thank you. I didn't realise. Best Pal says, how's your day been? No, Steve's...
Sorry, I'm trying to break stuff.
Okay, my day
Oh, you over-modulated again. Turn it down.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, well, the actual microphone setting controls are in Windows. They're not in Skype, and that's where you've got. That's where you've got the problem.
No, and I've done all that. And honestly, Steve, I've done all that, and every time I talk, it resets itself. I don't know why. So when I get an exterior mic, a standalone mic.
If you go into Windows, look on your Windows screen, bottom right hand corner, you've got a loudspeaker. Bottom right hand corner, you've got a loudspeaker. An icon of a loudspeaker. It's only binary and requires a yes or a no. You've either got one or you haven't.
That's my speakers.
Yes, click it.
Yes.
Click the cogwheel in the bottom right hand corner.
Got it. Yeah.
And that calls up your system sounds. Look at it, calls up your system setting.
Yes.
The second or third one down should be sound.
Sound. I've done it, yeah.
Right, click on that. And then go down till you come to input.
Yeah, I'm there.
Right.
Microphone.
And look at the volume setting on that. down at the bottom there, you've got the volume setting.
Yeah, I know. And so watch what happens.
You've gone very quiet now.
Right, when you talked, it went up to 70.
Forget when I talk, right? It's got nothing to do with me talking. It's
now
what
it's on 73.
Right. Forget what you're doing, right? It's got nothing to do with me talking. It's what you're talking at.
But how do I keep it down then? Because now that we're talking, it's back up to 100.
There's a slider there.
I just did it. So I've got to hold the slider all the way down.
You've got to hold the slider down. If you look, right, when I'm talking, do you notice that it moves up and down, yeah?
Yeah.
And I peak. In other words, I hit a high point, it doesn't go any higher.
Yeah, it hit 90.
That's what you've got to do. So if it's 90 for me now, in that case, I'll try turning it down to 90. I'll tell you when you're too quiet. Go on.
90, it's on 90.
You're on 90, yeah?
Yeah, but you just spoke and it went up to 92.
Get what I'm doing, right?
All right, okay, but it's
when you speak,
it, right.
when you speak, does it go over 90 anymore?
All right, well, let me just talk a normal talk. So what am I doing? Like exciting, right? So no, it didn't then.
Right. So there we go.
It will do.
Well,
I'm telling you.
I turn it up. I turn it up a little bit more. I try 95. See what happens at 95, Tracy.
Me saying took it up to 97.
You're just starting to clip at 97, so.
And now it's 99.
Yeah.
And now it's 97. I can't keep it low. This is what I'm saying. It does it itself. I take it down to try to keep it down, but just the external sounds when I'm not talking takes it up to 90, and then when I talk, it takes it further.
That's absolutely crazy. Like Andrew says, it might be an idea to get an affordable interface and a separate mic. I've turned it down now. I'm watching Andrew as she's going along, so I'm turning it down now.
I found it so frustrating. I even asked my brother, and he gave exactly the same instructions as you, and it doesn't stay low. When I talk, it takes it right back up to 100.
What camera are you using?
Logitech 920.
Are you using the Logitech software?
Yeah.
You're not always like this, Tracy, but there's definitely something there that's controlling it. Can you go into the go into your system tray?
Yeah.
And kill the Logitech software.
Okay, that's going to change all my colours and everything.
Is it? We don't know. Just kill your Logitech software.
Oh, now where is it?
It's in your system tray. It's in your system tray. If it's not there, you'll have to run Task Manager, which is Control Alt Delete.
No, it's not in there. I've actually got the control up.
Right. Okay. In that case, have you got Logitech System Manager up?
I've got Logitech HD Pro webcam C920.
Have you got the Logitech software up? It just requires a yes or a no.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there a way that you can alter the audio settings in that?
No.
Are you sure? You're lying to me.
Yeah.
Oh, you're lying to me. There is.
Well, I'll send you a screenshot of what I can see.
Go into the file and normally file preferences or file settings.
There's another control that I can do of Logitech, but that's Logitech Capture. That won't work.
Have you got a preferences or settings? Under file. Under file, not on your screen. Under file, have you got a preferences or settings?
Under file, where's the file? Sorry.
Normally top left of the Logitech software. The drop down menus.
No, I have. No, I've got nothing.
You got no help, no help file, no nothing there.
No. I've literally just got the control of being able to turn it up and down. I can't even do a screen bloody shot. Hang on.
Have you got nothing? You got nothing like so scroll the controls. Can you scroll the controls that you've got up and down?
Let me send you a picture of what I can see.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
Right.
Andrew, while she's doing that, I'm going to put a link in the chat to show you my audio interface. And it's one of the cheaper ones as well, and it really is quite a good audio interface. But if you get the audio interface, you're going to need a separate microphone. So I'll send you a link to my microphone, and then you're going to need to separate the feed from the camera, from the camera's audio. So this is why I'm wondering if Tracy's got audio settings on her thingy there, because you need to separate the audio, because we're going to kill the camera's audio. Well, actually, no, we can do it in settings. That's all right. That's fine. No, we can do it in Windows settings, so she doesn't need to do it. I'll send you a link to the audio interface I've got.
If I had all the bells and whistles, I'd be able to do it all myself. But the fact that I'm using the bog standard thing, that's literally all I've got. I've sent you 2 pictures.
I didn't say you wouldn't be able to do it yourself. I'm just talking to Andrew about something else. Right, Tracy, your screenshots in the streaming crew. Let's have a look.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, you've only sent me half a screenshot. Right, home and advanced. Also white balance. Hang on. Also, oh, I know that software. My God, I've not seen that software for ages. I thought Logitech had updated that a long time ago.
And look at my beautiful colour since I switched it off.
Yeah.
I am a ghost.
There's updated software. There's updated software.
Yeah, let me fiddle with that. I will do some downloading and exploring and things tomorrow, because obviously it's my audio is
shit. Yeah. It's actually the audio is only shit tonight, so that might be Skype.
Right.
I've got no control.
No, it may well be a Skype thing.
I'll tell you what. There's only one way of finding out, Tracy.
What we do? Restart Skype.
There we go. That sorted her audio out. I've cut her off. I'll lift the picture up there so we can think we're talking. Right, I'm just going to call her again and bring her in again. So hopefully that will work. Either that or she's really pissed off with me. Right. Right, shall we find out? Should we find out if your audio does it any more?
Yeah.
And actually, I can tell you now, you're actually sounding straight away from you just said yeah, and I already can tell you you're sounding a lot crisper and a lot clearer.
Oh, yeah. It must have been the connection with Skype then.
Oh, straight away. I can hear the difference straight away. Yeah, hear the difference completely.
Yeah. I know I'm loud. I know I'm loud generally, and I do need to sort out sorting decent audio. But it's one of those things that I just keep putting to the back of the pile, because I'm like, oh, I've got to do this, and I've got to do this, and I've got to, and it gets further and further away, and then all of a sudden we've got a problem, and I'm like, oh, should have done it. But you want me to shut? Right, okay. How about that?
Yeah, no, you're fine. It was Skype. You're fine. It was Skype. So we corrected that. I've given Andrew all the details of my equipment here. Not because I don't doubt your technical abilities. It's because he asked me about them.
No, that's fine. No, he does.
In fact, you've gone quiet now. So can we go into the window? So can we go into the Skype settings first of all and turn your Skype up?
Hold on. It's all the way up. Oh shit.
In Skype, yeah.
It's all the way up.
Go into Windows. I told you how to do it from your loudspeaker on the.
Yeah. And it's there. And how's that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think. I think.
Having a quick shout.
Oh, you've started to overmodulate then again.
Right, I'm taking it down to 70. Having a quick shout. Yeah, you didn't complain that.
No, you're too quiet now.
Okay. That should be okay. This is my normal speaking voice. Is that doing?
Hang on, because I'm just trying to sort out a technical issue of my own here. As you do.
Yeah.
As you do. Right. Right. There we go. Right. Sort out my own technical issue. Where am I? My Windows volume is. My Windows sound volume is. I'm at 85.
All right. Well, I'm at 78.
All right. So yeah, that sounds fine. I think we're fine here. That's sorted that out, Tracy.
I'll leave that open in case we have to fuck about again in a minute.
And I hate diagnosing problems over the internet because it's always a nightmare because I need to be there to diagnose them.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's harder to be going. Look at that. Yeah, top left. I said top left.
I think we've lost a good regular loser on the other platform, but to be honest, I'm quite happy to. I'm quite happy to lose racists. I've got no time for racists at all. None at all.
No,
I never
know.
have had.
The thing is, it wasn't that they wanted to have a discussion about the issue. It was just like shouting that you were being racist or not right. You know, like you know what I mean.
I wasn't.
What is that you've got? It looks like Pritt stick.
Oh, I've never said anything about it. I never made leaving the EU about racism. Not in any of my broadcasts, not in any of my Twitches. You'll never see any racism from me. You won't see. I'll tell you what you won't see from me. You won't see racism, and you won't see homophobia.
Good, cool. Because
misogyny, maybe. Misogyny, I don't think so. But you're the judge of that, not me.
You've made misogynistic comments, but it's not been a serious thing. It's been in a jokey way. I would pull you up if it. I have pulled you up when you've said things that are a bit too misogynistic, eh? But yeah. So I'm.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy in the on the feed at the moment. Look at him.
Oh bless.
You know, look at him. Look. Is he in a wheelchair? Yeah.
He's in a scooter, yeah.
No, he's in a wheelchair. Oh, they pulled him out of the wheelchair so he can give his last respects. That's what it's all about. That is what it's all about, isn't it? That's when you're a true Brit. That's yeah. The old bloke in the full Union Black shit. That is. See, I told you we had nutters in this country. That is one of them. But I mean, he's so proud to be British.
We do eccentrics so well.
Yeah, not quite well. That was absolutely fantastic seeing that. I thought that was great.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
He's had that all specially made and everything.
Yeah. Everybody had to give him a hand there to do that. Unfortunately, Tracy will clip mark that, Tracy. Tracy will clip that. I haven't got it on my other PC in full screen at the moment, so I can't go back and get that. But I'll make sure I have it running on my other PC now. So if anything interesting like that happens, we can instantly come back and clip it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was absolutely wonderful. Here's the funny thing, Tracy. Right, since I've taken Discord off of my PC. I switched Discord off. Discord's completely switched off now. It's been not juddering so much, so it might well have been Discord. Comprehensive use. No, I didn't queue. I actually live 7 miles from here. I didn't queue and I can't queue. Unfortunately, I can't go to the funeral either. I have a blood cancer and I'm immunocompromised. So it's dangerous for me to be around people. I can't go there. So unfortunately, I would love to, but I can't. In a cruel twist of fate, I started chemotherapy in the week that the Queen died, which is really quite sad. But thank you for the condolences. Thank you very much. And it's not the loss of our queens; it's the loss of our Queen. We've only lost one this week, I think, but thank you very much for the condolences. It is appreciated. Andrew, I don't know what platform you're watching it on, but if you're watching it on Twitch, you can see in the bottom right-hand corner. If you're watching it on another platform, you're only seeing a third of the picture. You're only seeing this much of the picture.
Yeah, he's on.
What, Tracy?
He's on Twitch. It's fine. I've just pointed it out to him. That I don't know if his eyesight. He's gonna have to put. Yeah, there you go. Get your glasses on, love.
Has he got his alien visor on?
He must have.
Yeah. Take it off to see it. Yeah. These aliens with the slanty eyes, right? They're real problems. Vertical eyes. They're real problems.
Again. You'll be accused of racism again.
What? Nothing wrong with saying slanty eyes. It's descriptive. Aliens have got vertical slanty eyes.
You'll be accused of racism against.
Oh, I know I'll be accused of racism. Yeah, somebody will. He only thinks he's not ginger.
Oh,
right? You try and convince Tracy how not ginger you are, right?
He
okay?
already has.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, I'm seeing something that nobody else can see. So.
Yeah, I know. You won't fool anybody else, right? You won't fool anybody else. We all know you're ginger, but you won't fool us, right? If you fool Tracy, that's fine. The rest of the world knows you're ginger. Right.
Best pal says I'm actually in the Territorial Army.
Okay.
I want to say what right this minute, like now. No, but
good for you.
I'm only joking.
Because you're not seeing it when you look at it on Twitch, you'll understand what I say when you're only seeing 1/3 of the picture. Yeah, or you're seeing Tracy's tits, whichever way you want to look at it. I was referring to me and Andrew.
You and Andrew are my tits. That makes, one shiny tit, one ginger tit.
A pair of tits. Honestly, you've got to make it all about you, haven't you? Everything's about you and your tits, isn't it? And we've just seen a lovely moment. I bet she like that at home, Andrew. You get somebody and say, "Good morning, Andrew. Are my tits okay?"
Giving away our secrets.
And random moments during the day when you're busy doing something, right? Does she suddenly come in and say, "Yeah, is this all right?" You do, don't you? You do, yeah, you do. She's laughing because she does. She does. She spends all day showing him her tits and saying, "Are they all right?"
Even if they're all right, I just present them to him.
I would love a pint in Weatherspoons, but I can't go to a Weatherspoons, best pal, for the same reason I can't go to the laying in state. I can't go to the funeral. In fact, if you know anything about me, you'd know that I used to do a live stream from the pub on a Saturday night, on a Sunday night, but I can't at the moment. Not while I'm on chemotherapy. It is too dangerous for me to be around people because I could end up dying, and I'm not going through this hell of chemotherapy just to die because I've caught a cold or for somebody that can't wear a mask. When I do resume pub streams on a Sunday night, I will do it from a Weatherspoons, and yes, you can pay via the app, but you're looking at 6 months at least because, like I say, I was immunocompromised before this all happened, but now I started chemotherapy in the same week that the Queen died and is being buried, and that makes me extremely immunocompromised, and it would be too dangerous. If you want to celebrate by buying me a drink, you can always subscribe to the channel. And I'll tell you what, it is exactly like lockdown for me again. It is exactly like lockdown. You've got it right in one. This is me. All right. It's like that. What you could do, best pals, you could actually subscribe to the channel if you want to support us. That helps us out. Subscribing to the channel helps us out. So it's less because it's September and it's 30% off, 25% off. It's actually less than a pint in Weatherspoons.
Yeah.
So that would be the best way of doing it. And thank you. But yeah, it is basically like lockdown for me again. This is where I am for the next 6 months. My entire social life will be revolved around hospital trips. I've got a hospital trip tomorrow because I'm going to be having my 6th COVID jab.
And Twitch, hospital trips and Twitch is your social life.
Yeah. Which is I'm just watching the live stream feed, which the people on the other platform can't see. They could if they came over to Twitch.
Yeah, look at them.
And I'm just watching the army paying their respects. They've been queuing for 16 hours. They're very disciplined, but it's nice to see them. I mean, Mickey was in the army. Yeah. And it's just nice to see people like that paying their respects. Speaking of which, I've got to go and inject myself. So would you? I'm just going to turn my camera for a minute while I disappear into another room.
We shall carry on chatting in your absence. Right. Yeah. So yeah, Andrew, you said hopefully next summer. Yeah, we said that you know, if all goes well, then basically Steve ending chemo and hopefully being it's not in remission, but you know, being better and not so immunocompromised, it will hit the nicer weather. So because he'll have to stream from outside the pub anyway, it will be sort of good timing. This bit's terrible timing, but it'd be good timing for when he's feeling better. We've got people watching us, so hello, thank you for watching, thank you for popping in. If you like what we see, drop us a follow, and if you really like it, subscribe. And if you don't like it at all, tell all your friends and make sure you share the link and just say, look at all this crap that's going on over here. Mickey says give him 5.
No, okay. Is he gonna make love?
He is, and a sandwich.
And a sandwich. One of the disadvantages of having cancer and being on chemotherapy is that I have to do lots of things that I don't enjoy doing, and this is one of the things that I don't enjoy doing. I'm going to have to inject myself, which is clexane. What clexane is? N-hexaparium sodium. Is that what it is? The brand name is Clexane. It's N-hexaparium sodium. What it is a blood thinner. Because some of the chemotherapy treatments I'm on leave me susceptible to blood clots. So every day in my stomach, I've got to inject myself with a blood thinner, which I really hate doing. And I'll show you why I hate doing it. I'm going to show you my stomach. I'm a bit fat, I know, but there's my stomach. I don't know if you can see it. Let's step back a bit. There you go. That's what happens to my stomach with all the injections that I have to give myself. I end up with a stomach full of a mass of bruises, which I really don't like doing. So, and that's what I'm about to do now. I'm just about to inject myself, but don't worry, I will spare you the point of being squeamish because I won't inject myself. I won't show you the injection live on stream. I should just do it. So,
Lovely. Why is there no point now, best pal? Is it?
There we go. Done. All done. Look.
All done. Excellent. All gone.
I've just made a mistake. I've thrown it in the bin. Shit.
Supposed to go into a shops.
Yep. Shit, done it now. I have to go into the sharps bucket. Cool. Lucky I picked up on that. It's supposed to go in the sharps bucket, which has done now. Right. Right, there you go. Right, Mickey. Best pal has some words. Wants some. There you go. He's going to ask you questions now.
Am I a cross-dresses? Only on a Saturday night. That's why I'm not here.
Hey, exactly as I told you.
Hey, I've been out on the street corner. Hiya, BSE. It's the alien. The G's aliens here.
Another question for you, Mickey.
Question.
$20. $20.
We love you long time.
Me long for a long time. $20. Don't you start. Sorry.
Sorry, Steve. I hit the table. Then that must have made your ears explode.
Okay. 10 quid. What do you think? He must think I'm cheap. Hello, Mousy. You must think I'm cheap. 10 quid. Double that, mate. Oh, Christ.
On a really cold night, you have to treble it as well.
And we've also, the other discovery we've made tonight, Mickey, is that most of the day, Tracy goes round asking Andrew to check her tits out.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
What does an alien know about tits?
Well, exactly. Well, this is what I tried to. She thought I meant her.
Or is it part of the alien experimentation?
She thought I meant her breast, Mickey, but I was talking about me and you and Andrew being her tits.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh,
She got all
dear,
offended,
dear.
and I just pointed out to her that's what we were talking about. But she obviously gets Andrew to check out her tits, which is why he's
I
here.
don't get offended. It takes a lot to get me offended. Like what Best Pals just said. Thought £10 was being nice. You're worth a fiver.
And a bit of change.
The other thing that's happened is Mickey, right? Andrew, right? He's trying to kid us. He's not ginger.
Oh, we know he is. We know he
Yeah, I know.
uses bloody hair for
He's
men. We
absolutely
know he
convinced
uses...
Tracy's not ginger, and he's convinced himself he's not ginger, and he's desperately trying to convince him it's not working.
He just said his whole life is a whole lie.
Yeah.
No, his life is a whole lie.
Oh, that's what aliens are. Right? That's
See,
why
look,
they
he's
live
put
among
his true
us.
picture up there. He's put his real picture up now.
Don't be
In
stupid.
the
He
chat
can't even
there.
see himself in a mirror.
Fire. He's getting his creatures.
He doesn't want to be
Oh.
identified, does he? You've got people from the NSA and GHCHQ watching this stream, right? If he puts his face on there, she'll have the SAS swinging in through a window in 10 seconds time. It's just something
Through
stupid.
the 8th
Or
floor window or whatever it is.
you know, Area 52 will be charging down her block in her basement, even though she lives on the 14th floor. She actually thought, Mickey actually thought she had a basement, right? Mickey doesn't know how flats work. She lives on the 14th floor of a block of flats, right? Mickey thought her flat had a basement.
I did not say that, did I? I said, where does somebody in a flat fucking go when there's a nuclear explosion?
Yeah, she's going to
Because
hide
it's
in
got
her
a fucking
fucking
basement.
basement, right? She's in a flat, she's in a basement.
It's all right, best pal. All gingers are aliens.
Yeah, yeah. And Andrew's trying to convince us otherwise, it's not going to work.
We've even got an infiltrator in the royal family with ginger hair, haven't
Yeah,
we?
no, look, he's not even attempting to pretend now. He's just saying, just be prepared for the day the earth stood still.
Exactly.
You know what? All my life, Tracy. Being serious for a moment, right? And Mickey will totally get this. All of my life, especially my childhood, people attempted to bully me. They soon found out very quickly they couldn't bully me. And as you can obviously tell, I can stand up to bullies like I have tonight with two of them.
Yeah.
We've had some bullies on screen, Mickey, and I'm like that in real life. I will stand up to bullies, but because of my height, I'm only 168 centimetres, which is 5'6.5", which I think is the same height as Mickey.
Yeah,
Which
roughly,
meant
yeah.
that when we were children, we were actually probably the smallest in our class.
Yeah, I probably was, yeah.
And because of that, people would
In
constantly...
fact, there was people in the year younger than me that were bigger than
Yeah,
me.
and people would try and constantly pick on me for that very reason, because that's how bullies work. They pick on the people they think are weak and inefficient, but I discovered that I had a mouth and I decided to use it. So one of the things that I did, one of the things that I found very early on is, and Andrew will totally get this, is that...
Hello, Mark.
Andrew will totally get this, right? If somebody accuses you of something, the best thing you can do with it is completely agree with it. Because it takes all the sting out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, so if I
They
accuse
don't know
Aileen,
where it goes then.
it's more fun. It's more fun. It'll be hilarious if Andrew would deny being an alien or deny being ginger, but he doesn't. He just does what I do, and he just takes it on the chin and says, you know, yeah, okay, let's play along with it. And it's better like that, and that's how you deal with bullies. So if any of you are being bullied, and you're being bullied because of a deformity, play along with it. Play along with it, you know.
Not even a deformity, just that
Being
something-
being an alien is a deformity. All right? I don't care what you say. It may not be on his own planet as being a deformity, but being on our planet is a deformity. All right? He can't even show himself on camera.
Generally.
Right.
You know that I meant generally. Do you know, like, if even just any little thing that's little or
No,
big
she said
thing-
he's got a little thing. This is getting worse. Oh my
The other
God,
day she said he hadn't got a
ginger
thing
and got
at
a little
all.
thing. Just, you know, it's just... Oh, I can't believe that. You hear what she's saying about you?
Oh,
Hang on a
dear.
minute, who accuses you of being 6 foot, Mark? Who in their right mind would, apart from an alien, who in their right mind would accuse you of being 6 foot?
I think he's living his his own dream of Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah, you're only 6 foot in your own mind.
That's when he's got his platforms on, standing on his street corner.
Well, he's got his
innit?
platforms on. He's
6 foot.
still smaller than me, Mickey.
Midgets. Eee.
There we go.
Midgets rule.
Well, good evening, Miss Mouse. How are you? How are
She
you?
says she's cracking up. So
She's cracking up.
We're obviously tickling her pickle tonight.
Yeah.
Best pal says, Tracy, have you seen him Snapchatting or seen him Snapchatting the others?
I've got to give Bovine a VIP, haven't I? I'm giving away these VIP. Yes, he is a VIP. Yeah.
VIP alien.
A very important alien.
No. Do you know
Thought
what?
Miss Mouse was a man. Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Do you know what? We could be misgendering. So.
I think she's already told us she's a miss.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But if an actual alien lands near me,
See, she's just told you. I knew she wasn't.
She was either.
She's just one of our little sweetheart regulars. She's.
It may well be another miss or another mouse that Andrew's thinking of.
Well, it certainly ain't Minnie Mouse, is it? Huh?
Oh dear. She's as much of a bloke as Mickey is a crossdresser, but Tish.
Oh, that's close then.
Oh my god, that I had my very best Sid James laugh came out then.
For some reason, Andrew, I can't add you as a. You don't appear to exist on Twitch. That's why I didn't have the right picture for you. Now I've seen your picture, I can add you as a VIP, right? Because you're actually one of 3 people that are classed as bovine spongiform, which I thought was a name that nobody else would be idiotic or stupid enough to use. I thought only ginger aliens would use that, but hang on a minute, are you part of a cell?
I was going to say, it may well be that the aliens are calling themselves bovine spongiform to throw people off the scent.
Yes, she's part of a cell, isn't he? And they're all called bovine spongiform. And their leader is bovine spongiform and Capitalisation.
Best pal, he may actually get. Andrew may actually come on stream at some point, but not tonight. It will have to be. We'll have to set up properly for that.
He'd need to be drunk.
1, he needs to be drunk. 2, he needs to buy some more Grecian 2000. And 3, it's like a camera thing, so that he doesn't have to use his phone, and I'm not sat here like this with Andrew here. You can move him around.
If he ran Skype, we wouldn't need to do any of that. I could just bring him on.
Yeah, he would. No, you wouldn't need to be off your face, because you're terrible when you're off your face.
Who?
No, he said, I need to be out of my face.
Who's she talking to, Mickey?
Andrew.
You're publicly shaming your husband on stream.
No, you know what he's like when he's not had a drink. You imagine what loose lips that he has when he has had a drink. All my secrets have come out then.
I thought you'd enjoy loose lips.
Yeah.
Not on stream. It's not that type of stream.
Oh.
We need to interrogate him about what he knows about the others.
Yeah.
Miss Mal says, "Will I need to be drunk also?" That would be your choice. Honestly, you don't need to be drunk to look at my husband. I assure you.
I think I've corrupted my install of OBS Studio, and I'm not broadcasting tomorrow, so I'm gonna. I've got no broadcast at all tomorrow night, so I'm gonna sort it out. Bovine spongiform. That's not how you spell Polish. That's not how you spell Polish. That's how you spell Polish. That's not how you spell Polish, right? It's just a minor thing, but its capitalisation is so important. All right. If you're talking about of Poland, it's with a capital P, right? People of Poland is with a capital P. when you get your shoes shined, that's with polish. Unless, of course, you're in Poland, and then if you're in Poland, it would be a Polish polish. And it is confusion. That is how you spell Polish polish. Sorry, I just thought, not being from this planet, you might not understand the nuances of grammar. So there you are. That's the nuances of grammar. I've got no idea what's going on the other place. There must be one hell of a lag because I've only got Tracy on screen. We've lost audio. Okay, hang on. Oh, hang on. Why have we lost audio? Skype has crashed. Skype has crashed. So yeah, I know Skype has crashed. I've just said Skype has crashed. Just bear with me, and I'm gonna shut Skype down. All right. It will be spelt like this if you were having a Polish polish. It is very important. That capitalisation is very important. It's very, very important because you could be insulting a whole nation of people by calling them stuff you put on your shoes. So you've always got to remember that capitalisation. But that's very important. When you're talking about the Polish, Andrew, it's very important that you remember it's always with a capital P. Otherwise, they get confused with shoe polish, and that's very offensive. So it's always capital P when you're referring to of Poland. The aliens can now thank me for that. So pole dancing is dancing with a pole, Miss Mouse, right? Whereas pole dancing would be dancing with a pole with a pole. So that capital P makes it all different. Except one of the English grammar rules is you should always start a sentence with P, with a capital, right? So when you start that sentence, pole dancing with a capital P, to me it would read like you're dancing with someone from Poland. It's very confusing. But in the English, the only people I know that have got 3 different ways of saying there.
Yeah.
Spanish haven't. They've got 3 separate words for there.
Oh.
Yeah. So French.
Right.
I'm glad you capitalised Pratt. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, although it doesn't. Although Pratt, when you capitalise it, just means the place name in Northumbria. Or is that twat? I've got a cup of tea. Look. I'm actually drinking tea. I don't normally drink tea. I'm actually drinking tea, but my tea's very special because it's black. I drink my tea, no milk, no sugar, just plain tea.
Mousy
Pratt
wants
is
to
a
know
village.
what a Pratt is.
Pratt is
The
a
one
village
with the brown
somewhere.
cup in his hand. That's the definition of a
Yeah.
Pratt.
It's a village somewhere, and I'll tell you because I live near Pratt's Bottom, right?
Now, why doesn't that surprise me?
But Pratt in itself is I think a village. I'll tell you
A
where
Pratt
it
is
is.
a fool,
It is.
basically, Mousy.
It's a
slang
fool.
over here for a fool.
It's a fool. It's also Pratt's Bottom is the name of a village just round the corner from me. But a Pratt is an idiot, a fool. Well, look at bovine. Look at the stuff that bovine spongiform types. Right, that is exactly what either a Pratt or an alien would type. In fact, that's exactly what an alien Pratt would type. Like this sort of rubbish that he comes out with, it just proves it. Ah, right.
Right.
So yes, I drink my tea black, no milk, no sugar, which is very unusual for the English because the English tend to drink their tea with rancid cow juice and 2 sugars. How do you drink your tea, Mickey?
I have milk with 1 sugar. Well, a flat level spoonful of sugar.
You drink it with you drink it with rancid cow juice.
No, I bring it with fresh milk.
Right. Well, cow juice. You drink it with cow juice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've never understood that. I've never drunk my tea with milk. Never had it with milk. I drink my coffee the same way, by the way. I drink it black with no sugar because I actually like to taste the drink that I've made, not the sugar, not the milk, nothing else. Have you ever tried black tea, Mickey?
Yes.
I thought being in the army, you would have
I
got.
took a
used to
sip of. What? You think in the army we don't have milk and fucking sugar?
Well, not when you're in the trenches, mate. No. Well, would you have a milk? Well, you're in the middle of a battle and the milkman turns up with 3 pints and drops it on the doorstep.
No, you nip in a farmer's field and milk its fucking cow.
I'll let you into a little secret, Mickey. They weren't cows. They had you on.
They were bulls.
They were bulls,
I was going
yeah.
to say, well, it produced a lot of white stuff, whatever it was.
So shells are flying everywhere.
Yes.
The dirty Hun have got machine gun nests everywhere in no man's land, right? And you charged over the trenches to go and milk a cow.
To milk a bull.
When's the
Yeah,
Steven
exactly.
Spielberg film of that coming out? Hey, when are you coming out? Hey?
That's called. That was called Saving Private Daisy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Marker. Slash marker, Tracy.
See?
You should be doing your own, because when I go through it, I go through it from the beginning. So if you mark where you like, then I'll see
I
them at the same
don't
time.
have to say mark where I like. I just tell you to slash mark because I can see your markers as well.
I know. Yeah.
I can see your markers.
My nan always used to drink her tea with 2 sugars but no milk, and she had that every time, and I always remember saving Mickey's cuppa, and I always remember that. Tea for me, I always used to love the tea when it was loose tea back in the early mid-70s, when it tasted like a cup of tea and you could drink it black and it was a lovely sort of rounded flavour, whereas now you get tea leaves. I bought tea leaves recently and they're just so bitter, and it's what happened to the nice tea that we used to have, the proper lovely smooth tea?
It got expensive. I'm drinking Fortnum Mason's leaf tea. It's their morning blend. Fortnum Mason's morning blend. I'm drinking that. It's about twice the price of tea bags, but it is loose leaf tea, and I'm drinking it. The reason I'm drinking loose leaf tea is because I've got an espresso machine, and you can get adapters. And what you do is you put your teaspoonful of tea into the Nespresso adapter, drop it in the machine, set it at 15 bar, and press start on the machine, and you've got an instant cuppa. Because it's going through at 15 bar, it actually brews it. You don't have to wait for the tea to brew. It's pressure brewed, and it's actually really nice. And,
The tea leaves get stuck in your teeth.
no, I told you I just put it in a little adapter. The little adapter actually strains it as it comes through.
Does it taste like tea from when you were a kid though?
If I make it in the pot, we've got a teapot here as well. If I make it in the pot, it tastes exactly the same. There's no difference.
So what I'll have to do tomorrow then is break open me fucking Asda tea bag, shove it through me fucking Tassimo. Huh?
No, have you got a Tassimo adapter?
No, I ain't got it. Well, I've got an empty cartridge thing, yeah.
Yeah,
So I
well,
can
just
fill
put
up.
a tea bag in there.
Yeah.
Put a tea bag in there.
Yeah, but
I
it
mean,
won't be Fortnum and fucking Mason, will it? It'll be
Well,
fucking
I might.
Asda and like it.
I'd be quite tempted to buy a Fortnum and Mason loose tea.
Oh,
if
here
it
we
does-
go. You fucking knobs. You don't get Fortnum and Mason around here.
Wait, did you get yours actually from Fortnum and Mason, or like online, or was it via an Amazon or something?
No, I got it from Gatwick Airport.
All right, yeah, no, that's what I wondered.
No. I'll explain, right? When I went abroad in 2019, I had a bit of a problem at Gatwick Airport with the disabled facilities, and they let me down quite badly. In fact, they sent Sean to one gate to catch our flight, and
That's
they sent
right.
me to another gate. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I kicked off about that when I got to Spain, and I had a right go, and I managed to get hold of the email of the managing director of Gatwick Airport, and I emailed him. And he promised me it wouldn't happen again. And then when we got back, he sent us a Fortnum and Mason's hamper as a thank you.
Oh, right, yeah.
And that's where I've got the tea from.
Yeah, see, that's this because I've been chasing that elusive like childhood flavour of tea ever since, and everything is blended so much that it's like bitter, and it doesn't it smells like tea, but it doesn't taste like tea, and I'd like to drink it black, but I just don't like the flavour. It doesn't taste like tea, so.
Do you like tea strong and black?
I like it tasting like tea.
Do you
Get
like
some
tea
Yorkshire
like your
tea
men?
bags.
Huh?
Do you like your tea like your men?
Strong and black.
Yeah.
I like mine alien and ginger.
Andrew said he was black and ginger earlier.
Oh, dear.
What I've got to do tomorrow, and I think it's about 3:20 tomorrow, is I've got to have a COVID jab, my sixth COVID jab.
Bloody hell.
Because, yeah, I know. It's because I'm on the immunocompromised list. But what I was going to say is because in this country, if you're on the at risk, or if you're on the at risk register, you get special advanced things like the COVID jabs and special meds if you do catch COVID. What I was about to say was that I suggest everybody spends a week, like 1 week, drinking black unsweetened tea or black unsweetened coffee, and if they can manage it for a week, they'll never go back to normal. They'll never go back to putting milk in coffee or tea. And you'll realise I love milk. I mean, I'll drink. Sometimes on screen, I'll have a pint of milk and I'll drink milk. I absolutely love milk. But not in my drinks, not in my tea, not in my coffee, because it doesn't taste like tea or coffee. It just tastes like milk. And it actually spoils the taste of tea or coffee. So I suggest everybody does that. No, they won't. They won't do it. It's like they won't give up smoking. I find that a bit crazy as well.
The thing, but again, the thing that I have with the black coffee thing, is that actually finding the coffee that the worst coffee that I found is Weatherspoons. You have to put sugar in because they put so much chicory in it that it's so bitter. And I like it when you can drink a coffee and actually taste coffee, and it's a nice rounded flavour. And so especially certain Italian coffees that I found that you can drink it.
I'm using the coffee I'm drinking at the moment. I'm drinking decaf when I'm at home. When I'm at home is Amazon's own brand Solimo.
Oh right, okay.
That is really nice.
When I'm out, I drink black coffee. Always, if it's fresh brewed, not instant shit.
Oh yeah, I don't drink any instant shit. When I'm out, I prefer Costa, but otherwise, coffee from any of the chains like Costa, Nero, and Cafe Nero.
And I do like finding independent places that do a decent coffee. I don't mind having a Starbucks or a Costa, but if I'm out and I'm going to treat myself, if I'm going to spend £3 on a coffee, I'd rather do it at somewhere that is good. It's like an independent or a smaller chain or whatever, and then you can find some really nice coffees. We went to a place once, and it was the first time that I had tasted black coffee and could actually taste that it tasted like coffee. And then there was this lovely citrus hit at the back. It was really weird, and I was like, I could drink this without milk, like a proper Americano. I could drink this without milk. So yeah.
Now look, if you ever wanted proof that Andrew was an alien, right? If you wanted proof, here it is, okay? Here is the proof that Andrew's an alien, right? Miss Matt says I drink herbal types of tea. Everybody drinks herbal types of tea, right? But Andrew, I'm suspecting Miss Matt might be a bit alien, but Andrew is drinking, right, everything that hides the flavour of the tea. Because aliens are allergic to tea. Yeah? They're allergic to tea, right? They're allergic to tea. They can't actually drink proper tea because it turns them even more ginger. So he's got to have ginger with his tea, lemon with his tea, right? Okay? Ginger, he's got to have green tea and lemon. He can't actually drink plain tea because it's like poisonous to aliens. Although Miss Mash is drinking herbal tea, and that's okay. I mean, my partner drinks green tea.
He drinks herbal tea, and the herbal blend is ginger and lemon. It doesn't have tea in it. Like it's not proper.
That's all my son will drink is herbal teas. Oh, he has, and he also has these newfangled things to be cold infusions. It's like a tea bag you put in cold water, and they're called infusions. I don't know what they're like. I won't fucking try them. Chamomile. Chamomile. What is a fuck? Lavender. It's a fucking flower, for fuck's sake.
I'll tell you what. When I've had a Chinese, at the end of a Chinese meal, I do like a nice pot of jasmine tea.
Yeah.
That really rounds a Chinese meal off quite nicely. The jasmine tea. It really cuts through the sludge and the starch of the Chinese meal.
Have you ever had chai, Steve?
Any what? Chai tea? Chai. No, I can't say that I have.
Chai. It's Turkish, haven't it? Tiny little cup like that.
Well,
I quite enjoy that. Yeah. Little drop of chai.
Speaking of things, has your son sorted the t-shirt out yet?
No, he's away this weekend.
Okay.
And I forgot to mention it to him last weekend.
Hello, Wendigler. How are you? Are you still listening to us, or are you watching us as well?
Because I'm a fucking it. Let me write that down.
Creek. Have you started your crowdfunding for your new chair yet, Mickey? Everybody, Mickey needs a new chair. He's falling on the floor here.
Yeah, so to help Mickey, if you want to help Mickey, get a new chair, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Then you can
when Diggler, are you listening to just audio or are you watching as well? I'm just curious about that. When Diggler, are you watching or just listening?
I don't think the kids want me to buy a new chair because they want their inheritance.
Oh right, okay.
When I fall off it and do myself an injury.
Yeah, don't matter about your back, Dad.
No, actually, my back is still killing me today.
You know, he's at the age where he's got to write things down to remember them.
You're absolutely right. I do, Steve. I do.
Yeah, I do. I'm just going to write down.
I don't know about you,
age.
right? But when I go to bed, I check both front and back doors about 3 fucking times because by the time I got to the front door, I've forgotten whether to lock the fucking back door.
No, when I go to bed, I check my cock out.
I do 3 or 4 times, and sometimes I'll even get upstairs and think, well, did I lock the fucking door? I'll come back down again.
And talking about writing things down, what do I normally do every stream? And what am I not doing tonight because I completely
talk about your tits.
No.
Well.
No. Normally every stream I sit and write down the list of stuff that we've been talking about. And what have I forgotten to do? I've forgotten to write the list.
Well, you don't need to because you can just mark it like Steve told you.
Yeah.
No,
it's so easy.
No, it's a list of subjects that we talk about. I can't mark it like that because I could mark it and then we talk about something else. I don't write down stuff that we've only spoken about for about 10 seconds.
PICC. Get real ginger and lemons, blend the sieve, then add a small... That's what he's going to do when he's bought himself a blender. And the ginger and the lemons. And when they actually get water that high up. I mean, I don't know how they get it up that. How the fuck do they get water that high up? There must be some sort of pressure pump at the bottom.
Clouds.
Huh?
They just suck clouds up.
Oh, hang on, they just cut the light feed. Something's happened.
Oh, what?
Something's happened. They just cut the light feed.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm watching on Twitch now.
Yeah. They've cut the live feed.
They haven't cut it to exterior. They've just cut it completely.
Yep. So something's happened. I did see somebody getting pulled about. I mean, I was going to mention it actually. I saw an old boy getting pulled about. And I'm wondering if it's connected to that because the live feed has now been cut. I've heard to cut the live feed.
Have a little browsy poos on Facebook. See if anything comes up. I'm gonna.
That's your job for the next 10 minutes, Tracy, to find out what's going on there.
Yeah, I'm looking on Twitter. And Mickey can look on
Mickey Wiki.
Facebook. Wiki Mickey. What's it called on Twitter? Let's put Queen.
And just to let you know, right? Just to let you know, for all of those just listening to us on audio only, we're doing this broadcast completely naked.
Yep.
Well, you are. I've still got my panties on.
We all are. Yeah, Mickey has still got his Y fronts on. Mickey's still got his welly. Mickey has still got his Y fronts and one Wellington boot on.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're completely naked. So if you're listening on audio, you're missing out on so much.
Hey, up now they got the crest, the royal crest. That's the Queen's crest, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've cut the feed for a reason. So when they cut the feed, it is for a reason. It's not the time. It's 20 past midnight. Something has gone on in the hall. So we'll find out what is actually happening now on the stream. I'm just going to check the other streams just to make sure. No, I think they get them all from the same camera, so that's pointless.
Yeah.
So there's something going on that's caused the stream to be cut, which we'll find out in the fullness of time.
Nothing's appearing on Twitter at the moment.
Okay. Just shout, Donald. If you want something to appear on Twitter, just say Trump is great.
Well, I just mean that I've tried some keywords and nobody is talking about the fact that it's been cut yet. So it may well be a little bit early. Maybe we might have been the only one that caught it. So,
this is drama a minute here on the Woody Show, isn't it? Drama a minute here. Drama a minute.
We are covering the stories of the day. Ah, dear.
Andrew says, I'd be calm as fuck if I was there and that happened. You're drinking 6.8 cider. You'd be as comatose as fuck.
And,
See, these aliens, they're bizarre people, right? He thinks he can
Well,
drink
I don't know what's going on because I've just gone on YouTube and ITV have still got it live.
oh,
Okay.
But the BBC don't.
Okay.
okay.
Oh, BBC are back.
All right, they might have had a technical hitch then.
Well, no,
Or-
they're looking at it. I'm looking at the ITV feed and I'm looking at the BBC feed, and they're coming from the same camera.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say they're exactly the same.
And they've just cut it back again, and it was about a minute between them, so there was
Yeah, it
something that went on then.
Yeah.
And I looked at the Sky News feed, and they'd cut as well.
Something happened.
Something happened.
We'll find out soon enough. It's just nothing's happening at the moment.
I don't think anybody should pay a BBC licence, BSC.
No, I don't think people should pay it either. And I'm up to date with my licence fee. I pay it by direct debit. I don't know. I don't know, Best Pal. We don't know what's happened.
He's back again. Best Pal's back. Huh?
We're sending out feelers and secret agents. We've even got aliens on the case to try and find out for you.
Oh, Best Pal's there. He's been trying out that lap dancing. See if he can earn a few quid.
Yeah, but Micky, right, is our executive VP in charge of research. He will find out what's going on for you.
Yes.
He is the ear on the ground.
He's the ear on the ground, yeah. Yeah, they're all like that. They're born like that in Suffolk with their ears on their feet.
And their fingers on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, webbed fingers.
Yeah, web fingers in Norfolk, not Suffolk.
And knuckle draggers.
You might find 6 toes in Suffolk.
Now, you see, this is where capitalisation... We already had this discussion about Polish, haven't we, and Polish. This is where capitalisation is important, right? Okay, this is where capitalisation is important, right? You've just told us you're a cannibal.
Yes. He was eating a Chinese.
Yeah, he
Was
just
she
told us you're a
nice?
cannibal.
Was she nice?
Yeah. Oh, just, you know... Which part of this woman were you eating?
Oh, please don't.
Capitalisation is so important. Okay.
Best Pal, I had duck fried rice with duck pancakes with battered Oreos.
Oh.
So you like duck? I don't. Do you want to hear a joke about a duck?
Can I need to pull this one back here actually. Battered Oreos. That does not sound to me like traditional Chinese food.
You ever been to China? Have you ever been to China, Trace? Have you ever been to China?
Fair point.
Well, then how the fuck do you shut up? How the fuck do you know? Get out of it. Get out of it.
Go on, we'll have the joke.
Come on. Give us this duck joke then.
Oh, duck joke, right? Joke. You already know it. Joke walks into a bar and says to the barman, "No, have you got any bread?" And the barman says, "No." And the duck says, 15 minutes later, the duck walks up to the barman and says, "You got any bread?" And the barman says, "No." 10 minutes later, the duck walks up to the bar and says to the barman, "You got any bread?" And the barman says, "No, I haven't got any bread. And if you keep asking me if I've got any bread, I'm going to nail your beak to the bar." So the duck says to the barman, "Have you got any nails?" And the barman says, "No, I haven't got any nails." And the duck says, "Got any bread?"
You can tell it's been on steroids, haven't you? Can't you?
Yeah.
Oh, he's hyper as fuck tonight.
Oh.
You're bouncing off the ceiling, Steve.
I know, I'm on steroids. I don't get roid rage like some people do. I just get... I'm getting hot flush now. I've got to put my fan.
Oh dear, is it going through the menopause?
Yeah.
Fan on. Oh, that's better. Oh.
Woo, chill your tits.
How do we guys like the new king? Well, he's only been king for what? What are we now? We're on Saturday, aren't we? He's only been king for 8 days.
Yeah, something like
8
that.
days. He's only been king for 8 days, so it's a bit. It's a bit too early to tell because you've got to consider she was queen for 70 years and he's only been king for 8 days. So I don't think any real comparison. It can
I
be
think
and should be made yet.
I mean, you've got to look a year or two down the line before you can
Yeah.
even start to make your mind up about how he's doing as king. But I mean, his duties will be exactly the same as what Queen Elizabeth II's were. So I should imagine they'll be carried out in the same way as she did them. You know, so I don't think we'll see a lot of change. He might change a bit of style, but to be honest, I mean, I don't want to discount him, but I'm looking forward to, if I'm still around, when William becomes king, to see if he actually tries to update it, bring it more into a modern era. I don't know.
I will come back to you. I will come back to you in a minute on what you said, Miss Mash, because I'm with you. I'm with you there on that. And that's not how you spell Queen, Elder Gods. You spell Queen with a Q. But I understand what you're saying. You may not be English, may not be your first language, so that's not a problem. How did we like the Queen? She was all I've ever known. I've got no comparison.
Yeah.
I've never known any other royal, any other head of the monarchy but the Queen. Unlike Mickey, I'm probably not going to see William's coronation. William become king, but like Mickey, it's the only Queen I've ever known. So I've got no comparison. I can't say that I liked her or disliked her because I've got no comparison that I can make.
No.
So it's that. But taking that as not as strong a question as you asked, I thought she was a wonderful ambassador for Great Britain PLC.
Yeah.
The brand of Great Britain. I think she was our biggest export. And I'm just saying, I haven't got any new comparison. I can't really, and we can't really compare. We can't really compare Charles's reign yet because he's only been king for 8 days, and the Queen was queen for 70 years. So I think the differences for me will be I'm going to have to remember to sing the national anthem differently because all of my life, I'm 62. All of my life, we're not having problems with that, so we'll stop that. But all of my life, I've sung God Save Our Gracious Queen, Send Her Victorious. And so I'm going to have to change the genders about a bit. And I might get caught out by that. The next change is going to be, and yes, somebody's already said they've already sung it incorrectly. The next change could be our currency. For all my life, all I've ever seen is our queen. No, that's not true. For all of my life, I've only ever seen our Queen on our notes. All right? Prior to 1972, prior to 1971, not 1972, prior to 1971, I did see different monarchs on our currency because prior to 1971, we'd have we were non-decimal, and so we had a lot of old King George, King Edward coins in circulation. When we went decimal, the Queen was on the head. So for the last maybe 20 years, I've only seen coins with the Queen's head on them. So that will change. That will change gradually over the next 2 years. We'll see notes with Charles's face on them. That'll be another change. The third change will be the little things that you never noticed before, like for instance, any new Royal Mail post boxes that are made will be made with CR on them. At the moment, every Royal Mail post box in this country has got ER on them or GR on them. Because I don't think there's any post boxes from Victoria's reign. There might be in central London, but I know there's some from George, and I know there's some from Edward the First. No, not Edward the First. There's some from Elizabeth. There's some from George, and there's some from Edward the Seventh. But there's very few other than that. So, and things like Royal Warrant, like for instance, tomato ketchup. Anything that's been used in the royal household on a regular basis, they can advertise having a royal warrant on them. And I know that.
If it's
only if it's water to them. Good night. And in Heinz tomato ketchup, for instance, has got a royal warrant on it by appointment to Her Majesty the Queen. And now they'll have to reapply for their royal warrant, and now it will say, and until then they'll have to. I think they can use it for up to a year or 2 years, and then it has to come off. Well, if they don't get it reappointed, it will come off. So it's little things like that. And on beer glasses, you'll find on beer glasses in pubs, they've got Elizabeth reign etched on them. you'll find those things changing. And those are only little changes. But those are the major changes that we'll see. But there'll be also state occasions when we have heads of state coming over to visit. Charles will be the one greeting them, and not the Queen. But in our everyday lives, the changes that I've just spoken about, those are the changes. The postage stamps, they'll be the first ones to change. They'll change sometimes. Yeah, the Turbo Felt realised it at the same time as me. Postage stamps will be the first ones to change. They'll change they'll change very quickly, actually. Hopefully before the end of the year. So yes. Other than that, I don't think there'll be that many changes in our life. Can you think of any, Tracy?
No, I was actually when you were saying about the royal warrants and that, and it made me think of HMRC. They've been very careful, the tax office. They've been very careful over the last sort of 5-10 years ish, not to be saying Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. They've rebranded as HM Revenue and Customs because of the cost of having to rebrand everything from Her Maj to His Maj. So it's for quite a while now. It's been HMRC, HM Revenue and Customs. So
link in our chat, by the way.
Oh, cool. So that's I was just, when you were saying about the rebranding, the changing of the by royal appointment, it made me think of that, the HMRC thing, where, like I said, I remember when I first signed up with the tax office as self-employed, and it was Her Majesty's. I don't even know if it was HMRC at the time, but it was Her Majesty's Revenue, and then they joined with the Customs and Excise. So yes, so I'm talking about stamps. I think that that will probably be the first thing that we see, and I think what we will get an opportunity to use the stamps that we've already got, and usually they'll do it. Let's say they start now. We'll probably have like printing the King's head on stamps. We'll probably have until something like April, like the new tax year or something, to use the old Queen stamps. But it may be even longer than that. They'll still be legal tender. It's obviously not tender, but
Post office has said that stamps will continue to have the Queen's head on until they run out of them.
Oh.
I do believe from what I read that they're going to bring out a special collection of stamps to mark Queen Elizabeth II's reign.
This is a change that happened the minute the Queen died. Any barristers that are appointed to the high courts in this country were called Queen's Counsel, or QC from short. They are now, instantly the Queen died, they changed from being QCs to KCs. They're not in the news at the moment because all of the major criminal cases are suspended.
So, hang on, if they're going to be called KC,
yep,
are the people that work for them going to be called the Sunshine Band?
I've no idea. I've no idea. But that was quite funny, Mickey.
Oh, sorry.
Give it up. Give it up.
That's it, exactly. Oh, dear.
The best pal says, I don't want Charles on my notes because I put it in my back pocket and his face would be rubbing up against my ass.
You'd rather rub your arse on a 96-year-old woman's face. So what's going to happen with all the old people with their money in the mattress? Actually, Bestful, from Friday, the paper money ceased to be legal tender, so they can only take it to a bank to get it exchanged. So from now on, we won't have pound notes that stink of piss and violets. Mark that, Tracy.
I don't think we've had pound notes for quite a while, Steve.
No, or notes that stink of piss and violets. You can always tell when notes have been stuck under an older person's mattress because you smell them. They smell of piss and violets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I've still got some white ones, some white fivers underneath my mattress.
Yeah.
You remember them? No, you won't remember them, would you? Back in the day when they were on paper.
I've always managed to spend Scottish money in Scottish shops, so I don't understand your problem, best pal.
Spend them in English shops as well.
You can spend them in English shops. And when they tell me it's not legal tender, normally smashing their head against the wall 3 times and saying it is, you dick, they normally get the hint.
Some of it is just lack of training, because as soon as I was told that Scottish money was legal tender, I just did exactly the same thing as when I was working in the shop. I did exactly the same thing as what you do.
The best way to get legal tender, right? I'll tell you, right? Here's your turbo, pal, right? It's the person who refused it. Call him a racist.
and hope that they're not on steroids and have a go at you.
And say to them, how would you like it known in the local paper that you're a racist? What will that do for your business if people in the local paper heard that you were a racist? Right, Miss Mass, are you still there, Miss Mass? Just out of curiosity, because I'll come back to what you were saying in a second, but I'll wait for Miss Mass to come back. But yeah, best pal, just tell them they're racist, and they'll soon change their tune. I guarantee it. Let's see what Mark's up to while I'm waiting for Miss Mass to come back. Oh, I'm still watching his...
I'm just going to say, while you're doing that, I just want to say to the viewers who are watching us at the moment, if you don't know what's going on is it that corner? Basically, in that corner, on Twitch, you can see the live stream of the Queen's laying in state and the queue of people coming in to pay their respects.
Lying in state, not laying in state. She's not a bed.
Did I say late? Did I say sorry? Lying in state. Sorry. I'm
working with fucking amateurs here.
And the people filing past are the general public paying their respects. That's in that corner down there, and in that corner down there is the route of the actual queue, which you can see it says estimated queuing time is at least 15 hours. So, but it has been reported that it could be anything up to 24, 25 hours, which means that anybody joining the queue now has got, we're running out of time.
They were saying earlier that they didn't want anybody else joining the queue, but then it was at 24 hours. They were advising people not to go down and join the queue because they wouldn't get in.
They cut the disabled queue. They cut the disabled queue at 6 p.m. last night. They shut the disabled queue at 6 p.m. last night and didn't reopen it till midday today because it was so popular. Right, Miss Mass, I'm coming back to steroids. Back in January of this year, they started putting me on 30 milligrams a day of steroids to reduce the swelling in my spleen, because my swelling is completely, my spleen is quite swollen. But they didn't want me on steroids long term, so what they did is they weaned me off of them by cutting me down by April. They started cutting me down 5 milligrams a week. So I went for 25 milligrams for a week, then 20 milligrams for a week, then 15, then 10, and then 5. So I managed to get down to 5, which was last week. And then I started my chemotherapy yesterday. And this morning, yesterday during the chemotherapy, they gave me 100 milligrams of steroids. This morning I had to take 100 milligrams of steroids. Tomorrow morning I'll have to take 100 milligrams of steroids. And Monday morning I'll have to take 100 milligrams of steroids. And then I've got to start weaning myself off again. So I've got to go back up to 10 per day for a week. And then go down to 5 per day for a week and hope that I don't crash. Because having an adrenal gland crash is not a very nice experience. I had one last week when I went down from 10 to 5, but I soon got over that. But yeah, so that's where I am with steroids at the moment, prednisolone, and I don't like being on them because since January I put on 12 kilos because they give me an appetite like a horse. It's unbelievable how much I eat when I'm on steroids, and I don't get the rage that people get on steroids, but I do tend to get a bit bouncy, as these two have noticed. And I don't get the rage. I'm glad of that. I'm glad I don't get the rage. But it's yeah, I know roid rage is real. I know it's real. When you're on steroids long term, it can affect you like that, but it doesn't luckily affect me like that. And I've only been on them 6 months, but my dosage is going up and down like a Reaper Barn horse knickers. So it's you know, not a very good situation to be in. Don't know what Mark's doing. I think he's probably fallen asleep and waiting for his stream to start, and it's not. Anyway, I've just checked, and we haven't released the design of the Christmas stamp yet. So I've got a funny feeling the first postage stamp that might have King Charles on it might be the Christmas stamp. When I was a kid, the Christmas stamp was always designed by Blue Peter.
Yeah.
You remember the Blue Peter winners? The Blue Peter, they would hold a competition,
Yeah.
and the winner would get.
Weren't they shy?
Yeah, I was showing complete shite, but it was.
That totally rings a bell. I'm pretty sure that I tried to design a Christmas stamp and stuff before.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
They were shy.
They were shite. It's all right. I wrote in that Jim will fix it, and I'm glad he never fixed it.
Oh dear.
So I probably wouldn't get hungry, but it's getting that initial. It was the initial problem with me. Steroids affect different people, Miss Mouse, in different ways. There's no, you can't say one person's steroid journey is different to another person's steroid journey. And I get as hungry as hell. I mean, I eat 4 or 5 meals a day, but I don't get angry. So you get angry, but you don't eat. So it's always a different journey for everybody. But I just thought I'd let you know.
It's actually a bit more like, since you had your your stuff yesterday, it's actually a bit more like you're slightly on amphetamine or something. You're a little bit more speedy and a little bit more kind of like out there. So it's sort of exaggerated parts of your personality.
Oh no.
Which isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying, it's just oh.
No, she's not. She's one of these women that won't shut up, and she's got somebody behind her looking really pissed off at her that she won't move on. And he's getting really annoyed. In a minute, she'll get a royal usher up her arse with a big stick pushing her. If that's not a royal usher there behind her, but there's somebody behind her getting really.
Thank you, Mickey. Mickey slapped. I smell cheese.
Yep. Now he's moving them on. I think he is a royal usher saying, "Get on with it." I'm not sure.
Yeah, we don't.
No, he's not. He's not a royal usher. But what's he doing? Oh, he's on his knees. Okay, he's on his knees. I thought for a minute we were going to have another rush. Did anybody? Has anybody found out yet what's going on with the feed break?
No, I'm going to go and have a quickie look now on
Mickey. So, yeah.
No, yeah. Thousands Q. There's somebody complaining about Q jumping. That's going to be with Holly and Phil.
Well, it really is a toxic cesspit, Tracy.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, if you need to find something out quickly, they're going to be talking about it.
Okay.
Usually.
Okay.
Someone's saying, I don't think the Queen is actually in that coffin.
That's a conspiracy that I've heard a couple of times today.
Someone else said that she'd better be after 20 hours of queuing. Oh, I've got more. I've got something else though. Man charged with public order offence after disturbance by Queen's Coffin in Westminster Hall. Mohammed Khan, 28, of Tower Hamlets in North London, has been charged with behaviour intending to cause alarm, harassment or distress, and will appear in custody at Westminster Magistrates Court on Monday. Police said, it's jumping me about a bit now. Police had said a disturbance had occurred in the Sombre Hall on Friday night after a member we knew all that. A Parliament spokesman added the person had moved out of the queue and towards the raised platform before they were removed from the hall. Coming back,
I've actually heard this ridiculous story of the Queen's body not being in the coffin. I mean, is that really the age we live in?
Unfortunately, yes.
Is that really the age we live in? That people,
yeah.
I mean, it's a shame, isn't it? Because next we'll be having people demanding to open the coffin of every dead person, won't we? When does it stop? A ridiculous conspiracy. A ridiculous conspiracy.
Now, This might sound a bit fucking stupid. Well, I am stupid, I know that.
Well, if your lips are moving, it will, Mickey.
But they're going to move Prince Philip from where he's buried to be with her.
Yeah.
Why didn't they bury him there in the first place?
No, that doesn't sound stupid at all. That's actually a very good question. It's actually a very good question.
I think I know though. I think I know, or I'm going to have a massive guess. It was intended because she wanted to be buried with her parents, but
yes.
Wouldn't it have been disrespectful to bury him with the parents before she had gone?
I don't know.
Very true. No, very true. Very true.
If she
Because
had
they weren't
died
his
first,
parents.
yeah, if she had died first, she would be buried with the parents. Then when he died, he would be instantly put in there.
Yeah, no.
But the whole point was that he was going into the crypt to be waiting for her.
That makes sense, yeah. But it's just something that occurred to me just over the past few minutes. Why wasn't he put there in the first place? It makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense.
Makes complete sense.
I mean, that was a complete guess. There may have been a different reason, but that does make sense to me.
It does make sense to me, yeah.
It makes perfect sense to me. Makes perfect sense to me.
He wanted to be buried with him, but he went first.
Yeah.
So he basically was waiting for her. Then she has the massive, great big funeral that goes to Windsor and gets buried there. And then he follows on afterwards, which is his place to follow on afterwards.
Yeah.
I can't see what the queue time is. The queue time at the moment is 15 hours. Now, bear in mind that this shuts, the actual queue for the lying in state shuts at 6:30 a.m. on Monday morning. So if the queue remains at 15 hours, that means it will have to shut at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Won't it?
No. What? Oh.
If
yes,
it remains,
sorry,
if the queue time remains at 15 hours, and it's going to be shut for good at 6:30 Monday morning, it's going to have to shut at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon.
Do you know what though? We'll have to wait and see, but I don't think they will do it like that. I think they will just keep the queue open, and then it'll be that's it at 6:30. That's it. They might be warning people before that. You probably won't get in. You probably won't get in.
No, I think that would be stupid. You would make people wait 15 hours with no hope. No, I don't think so. I think they'll shut it at 3:30.
If they're warned that if they join the queue now, they probably have no hope of seeing. They may still want to queue. We're British. We like queuing. But we'll have to wait and see because none of us know. None of us actually know what is going to happen. How they're going to close the queue and when. Exactly. We know when it's got to stop.
At the moment, those people coming in from walking past the Queen there, they've just been out there. It's 11 degrees out there, and that may not seem much. 11 degrees centigrade, by the way, not funny American Fahrenheit degrees. 11 degrees centigrade. It's 11 degrees centigrade out there, which when you consider 2 weeks ago we were in 35 and 40 degree heat, or 4 weeks ago, that's actually quite a contrast. That's actually quite chilly, and they've been out there for. The queue this afternoon was 19 hours, so it's a fair bet that all these people walking past there have been out in the warm weather, and it's now turned quite cold. I mean, they've been to get to this point here. The people we're seeing here now, they've been here. They've spent 19 hours in a queue, which you can see on that side of the screen. No, that side of the screen. You can see a queue on that side of the screen. They've spent 19 hours in there to get to this point here. That's dedication. And it's quite chilly out there. It's 11 degrees out there at the moment, which the weather forecast, which you can see on that side of the screen, is telling you it's 11 degrees. I've got a thermometer outside and I'm 7 miles away, and it's 9 degrees here, but then it always is quite a bit colder here than it is in Central because there's less concrete.
You guys know that I'm relatively close to this queue.
Yeah.
And earlier my computer thermometer thingy was saying that tonight was going to be a record low for this time of year. So although it's not going to be freezing, it's going to be quite cold. in you know, relatively speaking, because especially if you are standing, and also you'll be, you know, it's quite surprising that people don't realize. No, sorry, people don't realize how surprising it is that if you're by the Thames, it can be quite chilly.
Yeah.
When you're near a body of water, it can be quite even more chilly. The breeze comes off it and it's colder. So they're going to be standing relatively still near an open body of water for however many hours now until it gets
Which
until it
probably
gets
means
light.
fog in the morning as well. About 4 o'clock in the morning, it was starting to get foggy.
Yeah.
Tracy, I always meant to ask you. Good evening, best pal. We haven't seen you for years. Tracy, can you see the queue from where you are?
No.
Is your flat facing the wrong way?
There's buildings in the way. There's so many buildings in and around central London now. In and around central London, I'd have to probably literally go to near the Thames and, you know, maybe look across from it.
Would anybody in your block be able to see the queue?
No. No. Buildings. Literally, buildings are in the way.
Okay.
Go up on your roof terrace and have a look. Well, if you've got a basement, surely you must have a roof terrace.
No, there's no penthouse here, unfortunately. No, I really don't think. See, the thing is, I can see buildings that are near to it, but I can't actually see the queue because it's so low down. There's so many buildings. I mean, when I moved here, I had a river view on both sides, and now all I can see is about an inch of river. Relatively speaking, you know, I can literally just see a little bit of river, and it's frustrating because they're just building up around us, and it used to have this really nice feel of space, and they're just ripping up all the trees and building and building on it. And
that's one of the benefits of living in mud huts like we do up here.
Oh God, yeah.
You don't get very multi-story.
Sorry, right. So, best pal says, any of you going to the Queen's funeral? No.
Big fucking sore point. Big fucking sore point. I would love to. I would love to. I would absolutely love to. I would love to have been in that. I would love to have seen Her Majesty lying in state and paid my respects. And I would absolutely love to go. I'm only 7 miles from where it's all happening. And I would actually love to go into Central to see the funeral procession, to see the Queen being pulled on a gun carriage. Would be the highlight of my life. This is, and I'm going to speak because we've already had somebody with pedantic knickers on. I'm going to speak in the future tense. This is going to be the biggest television event in the world on Monday, and I would love to see it. Would I have made it 15 hours?
Pedant knickers on now. You mean the biggest television event in the world so far?
That's what I meant when I said future tense. Do you want to go and Google future tense?
I was put your full stop on it.
You want to go and Google future tense, right? Would you have waited 15 hours? Hang on a minute, I've just got to have a scratch. Oh, and a sniff, because Tracy's moans you I don't have a sniff. Oh yeah, vintage cheese. Right, vintage cheese, right?
Yeah, with cheese, definite cheese.
Gee, actually, it smells of. It smells
of. We have to.
Lynx Africa.
All right. Oh, you're a Lynx wearer.
Yeah, yeah, I love Lynx.
Oh my!
Fucking pleb.
Yeah,
I wear Lynx.
I'll come back to that. Hang on, Tracy, stop going off on a tangent, right? I'll come back to that in a minute, right? So, best pal, would I have waited 15 hours? No, but I don't have to. I'm disabled. I'm a wheelchair user. I would have joined the wheelchair queue, and as I understand it, the wheelchair queue was between 6 and 8 hours at its peak. So I would have joined that queue. No, I wouldn't have had to have waited 15 hours. But the truth is, I would give anything and everything I own, and I really would. I would give anything and everything I own to be able to be able to join that queue and wait for 15 hours. If I don't believe in God, but if a religious died came to me and said, is there anything, or if I rubbed a lamp and a genie came out and he said, what would you, if there's anything in this world that you'd like the most, I'd say, I would like to be able to wait 15 hours in that queue. I would, you have no idea what I would give to be able to do that. So does that answer your question? Meanwhile, Tracy, yes, I use Lynx body wash when I'm in the shower. Excuse me, and I use Lynx aftershave when I've had a shave. Those are my daily ones. I use them every day because they're cheap. Lynx body wash is what, £4 for a bottle, and Lynx aftershave is £6. When I'm going out, I've got Polo, I've got Diesel, I've got what's that really expensive one? Sauvage. I've got Sauvage, and I've got Hugo Boss. I've got all the brands.
I've got Hugo Boss Blue.
Yeah, that's it. I've got the Hugo Boss bottled.
Right, I'll let you off now because you both got Hugo Boss Blue. I'll let you both off.
Okay.
No,
because it's very expensive, and I don't use it as a daily aftershave.
When you both said Lynx Africa, I could smell you both from here.
No, I didn't say Lynx Africa. I said I use Lynx.
Oh, okay. No, see, is it the Lynx Blue one?
No, it's a black. Lynx Black.
I've got Lynx Africa because that's what somebody bought me for Christmas.
48-hour stuff.
Who can guess what that is?
That's for your arm.
Yes, for my arm.
Shower.
That's how I have to go to shower.
I thought that was your incontinence pants, but never mind.
No. I don't have incontinence pants. Nicky, for fuck's sake, I don't have incontinence pants. The reason I don't have incontinence pants is because I have one of these.
I always say Compede. What is it? Convene. I always say Compede for some fucking reason.
Oh, it's these.
Yes.
Yep.
Convene.
Yeah.
My dad had them and hated them.
I hate them.
No, I mean hated them to the point where he would be ripping them off in the night so that he could actually, because with the dementia, he'd rip them off in the night and pee into a bottle, and then he would just pee everywhere.
I know. I don't wear them 24/7. I wear them when I go out.
Mad Mark's online. Mad Mark's on.
Okay, right. I'll bring Mad Mark in. Thank you. I don't wear them. I don't wear them indoors. I don't wear them at night. I don't need them. But when I'm out, I do, because I'm so far. As you know, because of the terrorism in the past, we've taken away all of the public toilets in the UK, or are in the process of taking them away. I'm a distance between toilets, so I wear the leg bag. So no, I don't wear incontinent pants, thank you, Mickey. But I do have a bladder issue, which is not an old age one. It's caused by the lymphatic nodes in my groin pressing on a nerve, which fails, which means that my brain doesn't send the signal to my bladder in time. So by the time my bladder gets the signal that I need to go toilet, I've got about 5 minutes max to find a toilet, or I will piss myself. But luckily enough, I'm still at the age where, unlike you, when I wake up in the middle of the night, I can actually go to the toilet. And I dread getting to the age when I don't wake up to go to the toilet in the middle of the night. That's going to be one that is really going to upset me. Right.
Well, the thing is, they from what I've heard from carers and nurses and everything, men are terrible when it comes to incontinence, because they just want to pee how they've always peed. But by the sound of it, you have kind of adapted to how you have to work.
Yeah.
With your incontinence. So all the while you've got your brain faculties, I think you'll be all right. But a lot of men fight against it. Like my dad, like I said, was
sometimes.
Hang on. I've got to turn Mark's audio down.
Like a little bit of hair.
Really loud on
Where is everyone? So you can see the screen. Sorry guys, stun grenade.
But we're playing Minecraft.
My dad always used to want to pee into a urine bottle. And this carried on even when he was doubly incontinent, and the carers were trying to put convene on him, and nappy him up and things like this, and he would wake in the middle of the night and rip it all off and get the bottle and piss all over the electric sockets anyway, and it was just so frustrating. And I'd be saying it to the social worker, and they'd be saying, "Oh, well, men like to do their own thing anyway." No, Jesus, he's incontinent.
I've got to say, Miss Mash, I don't have fecal incontinence, but I do have a problem with some of the drugs that I'm on give me chronic diarrhea. So I have to, when I'm indoors, I have to get to the toilet quite quickly. When I'm out, it has been a bit of a problem in the past, and I don't really know of any way of dealing with it because pads wouldn't hold it in. So I tend to make sure that I go, if I have to force myself to go before I go out. Embarrassed? No, I'm not embarrassed about it because it's my cancer. I can't help it. If people want to criticise me because I've got problems with my bowels and my bladder because of my cancer, that's them being arseholes. That's nothing to do with. That doesn't take away from who I am. I can live with that. And there have been times when I've been out, and I forgot when I've gone out for an emergency, and I've ended up pissing myself. I'm not embarrassed about it. I can remember I met some friends up in Sheffield 2 years ago, and I didn't realise that my convene had split. And I sat there and I went to the toilet and I thought, that feels strange on my legs, that feels quite warm. And I looked down, I was wearing light grey trousers, and I pissed myself, and I just turned up, I just stood up, because I can stand. I got out of my wheelchair, I stood up, I said to my friends, I said, look, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, I pissed myself, I need to go back to the hotel and change my trousers. And, I just don't get embarrassed about it. Another time I was out with my friend Paul Cooper, who you two know, I do believe, Micky and Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
I was out.
Sorry. Oh, Paul Cooper.
Yeah.
I don't think I've met Paul Cooper.
Oh, okay.
I know him. I know of him, but I don't think I've met him.
Okay, he's an eBay friend.
Yeah.
I was out with him in a Chinese restaurant. The same thing happened. For some reason, my condom came off, and I wore light-coloured trousers, and I pissed myself. But I sat there and I finished the meal because my wheelchair contained it all, and my trousers contained it all. And I finished the meal. And him and his wife and Sean went home in an Uber, and I said, no, I can't get in the Uber. I said, that's ridiculous, I can't get in the Uber because of my trousers. I said, no, what I'll do is, my electric wheelchair's got a 9-mile range, so I drove my electric wheelchair 4 miles back to the hotel in 2 degrees cold because I pissed myself, but I wasn't embarrassed about it. Sometimes you've got to own it. It's like my bald head, right? The chemotherapy I'm on is going to make me lose my hair. 2 weeks ago, as you'll know, I shaved my head. I own the problem and I don't get embarrassed about it. I had my mate come round on Tuesday night and he didn't even know I'd shaved my head. And when he saw me, he just started taking a piss out of me, but I just owned it and it stopped. So you can't be embarrassed about it, Miss Mash. You can't help it. These are problems you can't help. If people take issue with you because of your problems, that is exactly what it is. It's their issue. It's not your issue. It's their issue, right? And you've got to bear that in mind. It is their problem, their issue. It doesn't change who you are, all right? It doesn't change anything away from you. And if they think that the fact that you shit yourself occasionally is a bad thing, then you don't want that person in your life, all right? You really don't want that person in your life. They're not worth your time. All right, they're not worth your time or your effort. And for all those who are wondering, the stream up here in the left-hand corner is Mad Mark's Twitch screen. Mad Mark is a friend of mine. He lives about 3 miles from me, and he's standing on a straight corner that we both know quite familiar, and just talking absolute shit. We're talking absolute shit from the warmth of indoors. Mark is talking shit from a straight corner. So I've got his stream up there. So I hope that helps you out a bit, Miss Mouse. Don't be in the slightest bit embarrassed. You can't help it, all right? This is part of your condition. It's like part of my condition. I can't help it. So instead of hiding from it, instead of being embarrassed about it, I will quite happily. I will talk about my leg bag. I will talk about my convenes. All right. So it's
This is one thing that I've always said, and I will continue to say when people, if people are saying about our stream and things like this, and I'll say, Steve has always been so honest about his cancer treatment, his chemotherapy, what's happening to him, his being disabled, and all these sort of ins and outs, the medications, the incontinence, and everything like that. He's open and honest. Yeah, he's open, honest, and upfront about it, and he will continue to be like that for as long as he has to.
This is not a convene, by the way, right? This is not a convene. Right?
No, Jesus Christ,
No,
Steve.
this is not a convene, all right? This is not a convene.
Man.
All right, I will explain what this is in a second. I'm just going to have a quick chat with Mad Mark.
I just woo-hooed at
and I'll let you guys know what this is when I come back in a second. Right? Well, I'll actually show you. Look, there's my chemotherapy port. That's how I get my chemotherapy. Well, to have a shower, I can't get any of this wet. So to have a shower, I have to put this on. Like a plastic bag that's elasticated at both ends. And I put that over my port. And I've still got to hold it out of the shower because you can't sit directly under the water because it's not waterproof enough. But I'm getting a proper one. I ordered a proper one yesterday, and it should be here Monday or Tuesday, which is an inflatable one, which actually really does keep the water out. Then I can get right in the shower. But I have to wear this. In the meanwhile, I have to wear this and hold my arm outside the shower when I'm having a shower. But that's what that is. One thing that people don't realise.
Guys, I'm going to log out.
All right, Mickey.
Oh, you are?
All right.
But I'll be back on Monday night.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We shall
See
look
you
forward
all.
to it.
Catch you later.
Good night, Mickey.
Stay safe.
One thing I will say is, coming back to what Tracy just said, I'm disabled and I'm a disabled wheelchair user. I have cancer. I have a blood cancer called follicular lymphoma. It is an incurable cancer. It can never be cured. So please don't say, I hope you... There's one thing in this world that really pisses me off is you just tell people you've got incurable cancer and they say, I hope you get better soon. And you think, did you actually fucking listen? I've got an incurable cancer, but it is treatable. It's very treatable, but it is incurable. And it causes me some issues, but I'm quite open about it. If there's anything you'd like to ask a disabled person, or if there's anything you'd like to ask a cancer sufferer, please be my guest. I will answer the questions with full honesty about how it affects me in every way. And just to frighten you, if you don't like medical procedures, don't look now, but I'm currently on chemotherapy, and this is my chemotherapy port. It's called a PICC line. PICC is PICC. Stands for peripherally inserted central catheter. I have an incision in my arm there, where a line has been placed all the way up my arm, and a little tube goes to my heart along a vein where the chemotherapy stuff is squirted straight into my heart. And that I'll show you, to look away if you don't like the sight of blood. But there we go. That's my chemotherapy port. Where they put my chemotherapy in. That's going to be with me for the next 6 months. This is my 4th time having chemotherapy. This is like an old friend now. But I keep having to take antihistamines to stop it itching.
Oh, you've got an allergy or something to the sticky stuff?
Yeah, I've got one of the I haven't got an allergy to medical adhesive. Excuse me. I haven't got an allergy to medical adhesive under normal circumstances.
Oh,
However, one of the chemotherapy drugs, a drug called rituximab, or in the United States is called Rituxan, actually gives me an allergy to the medical adhesive. My dressing is hypoallergenic, which meant that you're not supposed to get any sort of allergy. I can tell you now that I'm getting very allergic to it because I'm actually scratching, my itch is there. And it's actually, you can't see it, but my skin is starting to go red underneath there, which means my allergy's starting to go, and I'm keeping it at bay with antihistamines. Which reminds me, I've run out of antihistamines, so I'm just going to order some. So take it from here, Tracy, would you please?
Okay. Well, he's ordering his antihistamines. I'm guessing it's a prescription.
No.
No?
You can't get antihistamines on prescription anymore. It's like you can't get vitamin C, you can't get vitamin D, because they're everyday things. These are over the counter medicines. You can't get on prescription anymore.
But let me tell you this. Let me tell everybody this, is that sorry, something just popped up on my computer and distracted me. Right, so you certain conditions and certain levels of income, you can get free prescriptions. Yet you can't get them for the vitamins and the supplements that, like Steve was just saying. And I had a heart condition last year that turned out that it wasn't very low, but I had borderline, I think it was magnesium deficiency, and they said that was what the problem was. And I had to go and buy magnesium. I can't get the magnesium on prescription, and yet I had a recognised, diagnosed condition that needed the magnesium. So I'm now paying 13, I think it's about £13 a month for the magnesium that doesn't give you the shits. Because if you get the cheap magnesium, you have the shits, and that actually counteracts. Because what happens is magnesium helps with regulating the heart, the electrical impulses in the heart. And if you pee too much or poo too much, you're getting rid of more magnesium. And so if you take the magnesium that actually has a laxative effect, because there's about 5, 7, something like that, different types of magnesium. So if you take the one that is a laxative or has a laxative effect, you're actually causing more of the problem. So I had to go for the one that doesn't have a laxative effect, and that's more expensive. And so I'm paying more than what I should be paying for a prescription, because they don't give it out on prescription anymore. Likewise, when I had a really bad, really low vitamin D, you're supposed to have like 75, and I think mine was something like 27 in your blood. And again, they told me to go and buy vitamin D, which is, again, quite expensive. So that was very annoying. Yeah, so Miss Mouse says, last night I was invited out with a band and to hang out with my biker buddies. Didn't stay long, but it was nice. Oh, no, that does sound good. I always used to love going out with biker people and going to like live music and stuff. So it was, being a biker bird was really one of the best things, because I felt included. I hadn't felt included in anything before that, but then it was like everybody, you had different shapes, sizes, you know, looks and everything. It's just really cool, really good fun. So, are you done? What have you done?
No. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to keep my face in the camera. I've got a sign down. It says, "Look into the lens, you twat." Yeah.
Oh dear. I'm just going to have a drink of my herbal infusion. So running through it again, because I don't know if you were here when I was talking first. We've got, is it that one yet? That corner is a friend of Steve's, who is clearly live streaming and enjoying life right now from Southeast London. That corner down there is the live stream of the Queen lying in state, with all the public who have queued for like 24 hours to pay their last respects. And this corner down here is the map of the route of the queue. So when you can see, what you can see in purple from marker to marker, that is the length of the queue. And we're queuing now. Queuing time now is at least 16 hours.
2:30 in the afternoon. I'll have to close it at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon then.
Yeah. We're nearly 1:30 in the morning here in Britain. We are live streaming from Britain, from London.
Good night, Tracy.